What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another installment of the Casually Chelsea show. My apologies for the lateness, the extra lateness to be honest, is there was flooding in my area, and as a result, a lot of traffic. So it took me an hour and 15 to get home versus 40 minutes. So yeah, it caused a big backup. So we're here now. Welcome back to Ahmed. He's been away for a while, so big up to Ahmed, the Bridge Nation. By the way, ladies and gents, I'm letting you know ahead of time, and don't act like Chris and pretend I didn't tell you. This week and weekend is the last week and weekend that I'm going to be doing any streams and shows, because next week I'm taking a break. All right. So next week and weekend, I'll be taking a break, and then we'll be back in time for predictions and the rest of the season, pretty much, because season's pretty much going to start from there.
Preseason starts soon, like in a few weeks as well.
Yeah, preseason does start. I don't think when's the first preseason?
Preseason is start on Monday, buddy.
I said really?
On Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 4th, right?
Yes, Monday the 4th. And
yeah.
then the 6th, they have a trophy thing that's happening at Stamford Bridge on the 6th. And on the 8th is our first game, which is on the Friday. So
yeah, then I won't be here for any of it. So it is.
Yeah, man. See, Martha did the wrong situation. Like, I took the sabbatical last week, and I took the whole 1 week sabbatical relaxation period off. I mean,
listen,
and then
I'm not used to taking a break. I'm not used to vacation. I'm not used to relaxing. I'm always high strung, high energy, ready to go. You never know when the wolves are going to attack. You know, you just got to be ready at any moment. And I said, you know what? Let me take a break before the season starts. And well, I took a break in the wrong little gap. But hey, it is what it is. You did the right thing. I didn't. But this is why Ahmed has a channel. So the Bridge Nation 258, or just the Bridge Nation now, and RSM. So if you guys want to see watch-alongs and match reactions, you go over to their channels. And there's other channels too in the description below. Make sure to check that out to see more content and some of the panelists' reaction to the games and the friendlies that are going to be. I'll probably watch the first one, but I won't be able to watch the second one on the 8th. But yeah, go to those channels if you want reaction content, all that kind of stuff. Be sure to smash up the like button on your way in. About 40 of you already here, and we have plenty of news to discuss. Big bombas that dropped today and yesterday that yeah, we'll go ahead and get started very soon. But before we do, like I said, people, wipe your feet at the door, smash those like buttons. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here. Guys, we've been growing tremendously in the channel, and that's thanks to you guys smashing those like buttons and helping the algorithm spread the good word of Casually FC. And it's thanks to all you new people coming in here and smashing those subscriptions as well. So subscribe, continue subscribing. We're on our way to 5K. Let's keep growing the channel and the community here on Casually FC. Check out the Discord, all that stuff in link in the description, and memberships, 4 different tiers starting at 99p with all types of emojis and different perks as well. So big up to every single one of you. And yeah, big up to the panel for joining me today. And let's go ahead and get this show on the road. As you guys already know, if you're not new here,
God. You absolute legend.
I am an absolute legend. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna start off with just a quick little, work our way to the main event. Mudryk's contract situation. So there's been a bit of
Fair enough.
Hey, we gotta extend it.
No,
So,
you need a shirt that literally says "Who gives a fuck?" because that is your tagline now at this point. When it comes to this show,
I'm actually this. I went to say that this I'm semi-interested in just because I want to know like how they actually just terminate the thing. Just terminate.
The fact that you said "Who gives a fuck" before I even finished the sentence is crazy.
No, actually, I didn't finish it because I then had a thought.
Are we still talking about Mudryk, man?
There we go. That's
been
not the only one.
Fucking A. What'd you say fuck me for? I'm here to tell the people about Mudryk. Listen, I have on average, I want to say on average we get about 2,000 views per stream. At least one of those 1,000 actually care about Mudryk. So we gotta cater to the small percentage. But okay, so
football, I apologize for the individual messages you're getting from myself.
Oh, okay, got it. It's fine.
All right, Scott, we get it. We get it. You're famous, Scott, man. All right, we get
Football Insider is telling us here that according to Stefan Borson, it's slightly different to the Mutu case because if you guys don't know, Mutu had his wait. I don't know the full details. Someone tell me the full deals of Mutu.
Mutu is on cocaine, bro. That's not.
But he got his contract terminated.
Yes, he got fully terminated.
Okay. Did he actually get it? Did he get it terminated?
It was because isn't Mutu the Chelsea striker right now? If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, bro. We had two, by the way. It wasn't just him. We had another cokehead. We had our backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think this is the striker one.
Yeah, Mutu was the striker. We had Bosnich as well, who did cocaine. What was it about Chelsea doing cocaine?
But the thing with Mutu was that it was, if I'm not mistaken, his thing was like he got caught with a prosy as well. I remember that one because that was blasted over the paper as well. You remember that before the cocaine abuse came out? So his was like an accumulation. The cocaine shit was like,
oh Jesus Christ,
the final nail on the coffin.
Yeah. Okay, so Mutu's contract got terminated because they found cocaine in the system. So that's that situation for those of you who do not know. So it's slightly different to the Mutu case because that was cocaine. From what we can gather, this is a performance enhancer. I think it's possibly, I think it is possible they could sue. If by they, I think they mean Chelsea. I don't know. It's probably unlikely, but it is possible. Remember that there's a lot of money at stake here. If he is banned for most of his career, Chelsea's losses are absolutely enormous on that deal. Wow. Okay. So yeah, Chelsea take a huge loss on the deal, implying to me that we have to pay out the rest of the contract. We can't just terminate it.
But also, doesn't it mean like
when he says deal, he means the 62 million, bro.
Yeah, right? I was gonna say that too.
That's an enormous loss to your bro. You're losing 62 M's essentially. Yes, it may be over 5 years, but you've lost 62 M's on this guy. You're not getting any transfer money back for him. Right? You're not even gonna get any transfer money back for him. So essentially, you are losing a lot of money on this guy, bro. You're basically giving
you essentially just burned 60 million.
Yeah, you're giving free money to the other club. I think his name escapes me right now. That he.
Shakhtar.
Oh, true. Yeah, because they have nothing to do with Mudryk. So you can, you could probably choose not to have to pay the
add-ons
salary.
Yeah, old add-ons as well.
The add-ons.
Yeah, they
were.
I
don't know by law.
The add-ons you have to pay if he doesn't hit them. That's not going to matter.
Yeah, he's not going to hit him no more.
60 you have to pay Shakhtar because he passed drug tests multiple times prior to this one. So that's actually kind of crazy when you think about it.
Damn.
So it sucks. What do you guys say, Chris?
No, I just always remember laughing about like we stole Mudryk of Arsenal.
I wish he'd gone there.
Are you reminiscing the good times?
I was like laughing. I didn't really care for Mudryk like that much. Didn't know much about him, but just the fact we stole him off Arsenal and Arsenal fans really wanted him, I was just laughing at him. Yeah, take that back. Just thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean.
But I think I just seen HA's comment real quickly. Yes, HA, you are correct. He failed the drug test when he was with Ukraine, but it doesn't matter if he's with Ukraine or not.
Yeah.
If he fails his drug test, bro, he's failed his drug test. FA will take action because of it.
he's going to
Yeah,
have
bro,
the
it doesn't-
ban. The only contentious point in this is whether we can terminate his contract.
But yeah, if it's not, again, the reason why, well, the Pogba one, obviously, again, I don't know, I have to repeat it again, but essentially, as you
But
guys
the
know,
Pogba one was a bit different though, because that was a mutual termination.
Yeah,
because
but
he was injured for most of his time there as well.
Yeah, that's
Right,
true.
so-
The reason why I'm bringing up Pogba, by the way, is because Pogba, when his court thing got finished and it was sorted out at the end of the day, right? The thing with him was they found it that it was an accident, like he wasn't like liable essentially for it, right? That's the thing that we have to think about. If he is found liable for it, bro, we don't agree to discuss it with him. We can just basically we should be able to just terminate his contract, because I'm fairly certain if you do something that causes harm to the club, there is something in there that would just basically terminate it for you. But if he's not found obviously liable for it, and they're like, oh, it's like an error, it's not his fault, basically, the contract can still exist with the club. And then it's about, obviously, can we negotiate a mutual termination? Was it going to be a thing of like, well, you're probably going to have to pay him some money from his contract in order for him to move on? That's what it's going to be, basically.
Yeah. And the thing is it's in the best interest of the club for him to have his contract terminated. You don't have to potentially have to pay out a large amount of money to Shakhtar. Again, potentially, I don't know how that would work. Secondly, you don't then have to have the problem in, let's say, 18 months' time of trying to sell this guy. Like, that's the bigger issue in this of like, because I saw JC's comment, that's a stupid idea, because he is already fourth choice winger at the club, left winger, or soon to be if the Simmons things happen. If he was in the squad, he'd already be fourth choice.
Wait, who's fourth? Yeah, because
Quenda coming in makes him fourth or fifth, whatever you want to say, depending on who else you think can play there. He's never playing for the club again. Unless you're in a position where Quenda and Simmons, if it happens, and Gittins have been that shit, have been that terrible that he has to play, he's never playing for this football club again. So, unless your plan is to rehabilitate him with loans, which, like, sure, I guess, but by the time he comes back, he's going to have, is it 3 years or 2 years left on his deal?
I'll look up how long his contract was for.
Something like that.
Mudryk? Probably 4 years left, isn't he?
You're guessing here. Hold on. I'm trying
well, I think it's a good guess.
Like
I think it's a good
8.5 year contract.
Oh, if you said left.
Was it 3 years ago?
You signed him in January 2023.
2023.
So we have him until 2031.
Yes.
2031. So he, fucking what, we 2025.
Yeah, 6
He's
years
bad
left his contract, pretty much.
He's gonna come back with 4 years. It's not as bad as I thought, but even so, you're going to have to rehabilitate this guy into being a somewhat decent footballer that someone wants to pay you a generous amount of money to take him off your hands. You're still going to have paid a very large fee for someone who won't play for you ever again, and for someone who was never that good in the first place. By the time he comes back from the ban, will be entering what should be his prime, having not played 18 months worth of, potentially 18 months, I'm just guessing based off the Pogba thing, potentially 18 months worth of football. There's literally no reason to try and keep him. The best case scenario for Chelsea is for him to have his contract terminated, or mutual, like whether it's mutual or not, that's the best case scenario for Chelsea.
Oh, fuck's sake, man. This guy's on 130 pounds a week. 130k pounds a week.
Again, it's in the best case for Chelsea, the best case scenario, and which is why I don't doubt that they're going to use every single loophole and legal and financial and whatever they can find to have this guy leave immediately.
Yeah.
Unless there is literally no way without being sued, unless there is no legal way of having this guy leave the club, I would be willing to bet my house, if I had one, that he's leaving the club before he comes back from his ban.
Yeah, the reason I even reacted to the salary is because I was thinking, like, I mean, I was thinking, what if there's the possibility that he comes back to Chelsea and you cut your losses? Obviously, you're never going to make that 60 million pounds back.
Nope.
just at least sell him for 10 or 15. But even then, the salary's too much. I don't think any club is going to want to take
But
on
also, Marshall,
130 million pounds a week.
My thinking with it, if you wait till there, again, all of what I'm saying comes now. If some of what I'm saying now will change depending on how the financial works in terms of transfer fee. Because if what I believe is correct, if he has his contract terminated with the club because of the whole amortization thing, we won't have to pay the rest of the transfer fee, will we? Is what I'm thinking. So if we terminate his contract early, I'm thinking about if he stays for another 18 months, 2 years, of all of which is banned, that's more money we have to spend on him, on his transfer fee, because obviously it was whatever we have to pay
and all that.
The 10 mil, whatever it's gonna. I can't work out what it is. I think it's like 10, just over 10 mil, or just over 5 mil every year. We're gonna have to pay that. If we terminate his contract, does that mean we don't have to pay? If that's the case, then I go back again. Financially speaking, it makes absolutely no sense to keep him. To pay 10 million to then potentially sell him for 10 million to terminate the contract.
I'm also curious.
By the way, when he comes back, we'll have to pay the salary.
Yeah.
Unless you manage to loan him to a club where they're willing to take his entire 130 grand a week salary to take a guy that hasn't played in 18 months to 2 years of football. Explain to me where that makes sense.
I'm also curious what, the laws in England are in regards to paying players. You know how there's like unemployment laws in the States. I'm sure there's plenty of unemployment laws in the UK government. It's one of those things that what happens to a player whose contract gets terminated like this? Like, does the club still have to is the club legally bound to still pay a portion of salary? Like, I don't think it's as clean cut as, like, I don't know. I'm curious what that situation looks like.
I think with him, because he's got a contract. There's terms and conditions in the contract, right? Now, if he was just like a regular guy, that like if I'm in a regular job, I've got a contract with someone, then we both decide to leave, right? There's obviously going to be something in the contract that's within UK law where they will give him a certain amount of money, right? It will be like severance fee. Sure. Does that make sense? But with him, does it also?
You're right about the severance. Hold on, but does it also depend on the actual results of the court case? Like if they find him not guilty of taking it intentionally, right?
Yeah. So that's what I was saying to you, Marshall. So if they find him obviously not guilty of taking it, then again, you're gonna have a big problem because you still have to give him his contract money, which Chelsea are still doing, by the way, because they're still backing him. But then it's a question of, okay, what's the next step? If you want to like terminate his contract, you then have to agree a fee with him, right? Either he has to be like, okay, I'll take a portion of my salary, then I will leave, if that makes sense. Or he may be like, listen, if you want to terminate my contract, I want the full value of my contract, because he's allowed to say it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like you have to hope the player himself, is willing to basically say, fuck the money, give me a little bit of it, or just be like, you know what, it's not working out here, let's move on. Because that's the thing of Pogba was, he basically obviously got a far not liable for it. And then
was Pogba on a free when it happened though? He was still at Juve and he still had a contract.
But he basically before the injury happened, there was before the ban happened, there was a bunch of injury problems that he had. Like he had been there, he'd been back there about a year, 9 months of which I think he was injured. So I think it got to the point with him and the club where they were able to do a mutual termination, because I think he obviously wasn't going to play for 18 months. I also just think the club wanted him gone because they didn't want to pay that contract, and they didn't want the whole just have to deal with that. But yeah, they managed to agree based on the wording of when at the time it was a mutual termination. So yeah, I with the Onana one, he obviously stayed the whole time at Ajax. But yeah, I don't know. Those are the only two instances like this I can remember outside of obviously the Mutu and the Bosnich ones, both of which were instant terminations, but that was cocaine. Yeah, these are the only two These are the only two instances that I can remember, and one had their contract. The problem with them is they're both different in ways to this Mudryk one, because one was the starting goalkeeper for his club that was the best team in Holland and was competing to a level in the Champions League. They were never going to end his contract. In fact, they tried to sign him to a new contract and he turned them down and moved on a free. Pogba basically never played because he spent his entire time at Juve injured, so it made sense for all parties to just terminate the contract. With Mudryk, I don't know where he stands in it all, but from a Chelsea perspective, it makes it all the sense in the world to terminate the contract, but that may not be what he wants. So this is where it's a bit of a grey area.
And it might also be something that, yeah, like you said, it's a gray area where it's like, even if we were to terminate his contract, I think we can't just say, like, we're not going to pay you. Obviously, like, from a humanitarian standpoint, you can't just not pay the player. Listen, he's making a bunch of money. It depends on. I think it depends on.
It depends. No, I think it depends on the. I think that's what Ahmed said earlier in terms of it depends on the agreement. Not necessarily the agreement. It depends on whether he was aware or not. Basically.
Yeah.
So. Because, like, for example, I know it's a completely different case. I'm just using this as an example because I heard it mentioned recently. The Benjamin Mendy thing. They banned him, suspended him without pay. He then sued them.
Sure. Yeah,
and won.
Exactly, which is why, like, JC and a bunch of other people in the chat saying, like, he's not getting paid right now. Like, I don't think that's legally... You're not legally able to do that.
I think it depends. I think if he is found... I think this is why it all depends, and we have to wait and see. If he's found to have knowingly taken this substance, then he's got no ground to stand on. If it's found,
but he's still gonna get paid, and then maybe he'll pay.
No. But what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. They could not pay him. He would then have grounds to sue them. If he's found he won't be found not guilty. But if he's found guilty of no wrongdoing in terms of he had no idea of it being in his system, then he could potentially sue them.
Yeah.
So it depends on what's going to be best. It's going to depend on what's going to work out basically for the club, because for the club,
you don't know that, JC.
They could pay him. They could pay him on the off chance they think that he's not going to be like he didn't know he took something. Again, this is such a weird thing to kind of talk about because
it is a weird one.
I don't know the ins and outs of it.
It's very messy. If
we don't know the specifics, and so it's very hard to talk about it. Like I said, from our point of view, and from the club's point, I imagine from the club's point of view, getting him out the door as quick as possible is the best thing for everyone, outside of maybe him, but who gives a fuck? Don't take drugs.
Yeah.
Like just don't take drugs. Maybe I don't know.
And also, I think
90% of the footballing population doesn't seem to be that difficult. Yeah, get him out the door.
Very, very tentative what you put in your
You know what I was gonna say this quickly. I think it's also clear that the club have moved on from him. If you look at the transfers you've done, the guys who are allegedly set to bring in, hopefully, if he was go away, but one of them, hopefully not, in my personal opinion, but it's still clear that the guy's gonna come in as well. If that guy comes in, by the way, the G word, I'm gonna just call it. That is really raps, by the way. That's like hook, line, sinker. That is genuinely. He's going to be like number 5 at that point, by the way.
He's going to be, by the time Quenda comes in, he'll be 5th choice, potentially, depending on how you see other... He could be 6th choice, because technically João Pedro can play there. 6th choice. Yeah. And people think that he's going to come back and they're going to... No.
The thing is, though, JC, there's a flaw in your logic. It's simple logic. Does he want to go to court?
That last sentence, by the way, makes no sense.
Would Chelsea want him back in sport to have resale value? Yes. I mean, yeah, they would probably want to make up their money, but that's too risky at that point. Like, what if you bring him back and you don't get the resale value?
You have a guy on 130 grand a week, 130 grand a week that you're not playing him. Me and Ahmed have made that very clear. He's 6th choice potentially.
Yes.
5th choice at best by the time he comes back. If we sign Garnacho, if we don't, he's 4th choice at best. On the left wing. It's the only position in the team he can play.
One thing you need to also realize, JC.
The only play he can... Sorry, Darby, just before you go. The only place he can play is out on loan. Who in the fuck is taking a guy on loan 18 months after he's come back from playing absolutely no football.
Exactly.
And don't try and say the Pogba thing because they got him on a free. So it's a less risky option.
And Pogba's a big name and he's done a lot.
Now, one thing we need to realize also, Pogba has notoriety. He has a known.
Oh, it's in the notoriety thing, and he's got at least a track record of performing well.
Yeah.
Mudryk doesn't.
Exactly.
The problem with Mudryk
I don't know what Mudryk has.
He right now is at the stage that I like to call. He's at the failed wonder kid stage, right? He's the failed wonder kid plus out of football for a bunch of time. It's one thing to train, bro, but you're not training professionally, bro. Because that means you're not training like.
You're not. No. Fuck the training thing. You're not playing football matches.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the biggest one.
Fixed training is the same as playing actual football matches on like regular football.
Before he joined Chelsea, didn't he miss like a bit?
This guy.
We've watched comps of this very guy. Sorry to interrupt, Chris. This very guy hitting shots, top bins in training, left, right, and centre. He gets on a football pitch, and man runs with his head down into cul-de-sacs. It's not the same.
I don't think JC knows where this guy trains. He trains in Battersea Park, what's it called? The Battersea Park Sports Center. That is a track. What's it called? That's genuinely like a track thing. I used to go there back in the Big Nations younger days in primary school. To do was like sports day, running competition. There's a little grass there, bro. You know what I mean? The park's got a lot of grass, not to go tested, but the actual place is not got that much grass. I don't know. He's training how to run. He's not even training how to
He's going to be 26.
Do that part.
People are thinking he's going to turn around and be this magical
26 with probably less experience than Jarell Hato.
No, Ahmed. He'll be 26
by the time he gets back.
By the way, he'll be 26 if he comes back in 18 months. I'm assuming
he's 24 right now.
Yeah, I'm assuming his ban will get reduced. If his ban doesn't get reduced, he's going to be on the verge of 29.
No way, bro.
Esteval will probably get more experience than that as well.
That's actually mad.
Esteval might have more experience than him now. No, maybe
not yet. He's had a couple of years. Because I remember before like Chelsea, he was not playing as well because of the war now.
No, Quentin's got more experience than him. I can tell you that for sure. Quentin's got more experience than him. Andrew Santos has probably played more games.
That's a shame.
Chelsea, bro.
Okay, I'm just looking it up right now. So right now, Mudryk has almost 8,000 minutes played. Let me look up.
He's played 53 games for us, by the way.
Quenda. I said 8,000, right?
Yeah, you said 8,000.
Look up Quenda.
Quenda can't have more than 8,000. There's no way.
Fun fact: at the age of 20,
Quenda has 6,202. He's not that far behind.
He's not that far behind. He would have.
That's crazy.
Marshall, fun fact:
this is bad.
Mudryk at the age of 24 has barely cracked 100 games.
That's what I mean. Like, it's to think, okay, you're 26 years old. You've played less minutes than an upcoming 20, 21-year-older, and I'm supposed to pay you 130 mil. Like, it's a very, very, very messy situation where even like from Chelsea's point of view, I think I have to agree with Scott on this. You're almost better off taking your losses, wiping your hands clean of this instead of having to deal with the mess that's going to be trying to get him to go and move on to another club to try to redeem some amount of money and clean your hands of the wages. It's almost like, dude, honestly, this is not worth the mess that it's going to involve because it's just messy. It's just very messy. It's a shame his career went this way because listen, I think there gets to a point where like I can't feel too much sympathy because he's already had a bad track record of being stupid. This is just another one in the books for me of him just how can you just stupidly take things that are given you by who knows what the actual story is and how it got into his body. But as an athlete, your responsibility is to be sure to know what you're putting into your body. Anyone who watches UFC, anyone who watches just any sport in general knows this. And that's part of your job. That's why you get paid. That's why you have to pay like professionals to look at what you're eating and what you're consuming. So for that to happen, like that's just stupidity in my opinion. I think I can't feel too sympathetic for that. It's a shame what happened because I think there was a good player there, but if he had taken his career more seriously, maybe he didn't have the moves that he had because let's be honest, the Ukrainian war thing happening fucked up his career trajectory, and then the mess that was Chelsea in the beginning also didn't help. It's just I don't know. It's just one player that wasn't meant to be, in my opinion. Any other thoughts before we move on to the next topic?
Good question by Darren. This is a good question by Darren. Do you think that if he didn't take those drugs, that he would have even better come now? I genuinely am of the belief he wouldn't be here, bro. He genuinely was not going to be here.
We probably we probably would have moved him away like we moved away from Nani.
I was gonna say he would be here, but we would be actively trying to. He'd be here, but we'd be trying to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Arsenal actually went for the bid.
Imagine we put him for sale and Arsenal's like, this is our chance to.
But they get money.
We would have kept Donnie. They probably would have gone for Mudryk because at least Mudryk's an actual left winger, you know.
Yeah, he would have.
Oh, that's actually funny. That's actually funny. But big up to every single one of you. Over 100 of you guys are watching, but we're only at 29 likes, which is quite frankly very upsetting and very disappointing. So I'm here to let you know to please smash up the like buttons, because here on this poor channel, I don't pay these panelists and I don't make enough money. So my currency is likes. And without the likes, we can't keep the lights on. Oh, look at that. I lost the light literally because the likes are low. So yeah. Let's get these lights on, people, by smashing up the like buttons.
WWE still in Marsh's electricity, man.
I do not take all the money.
If we get to 50 likes, maybe I can turn my face light on again. But all right, big up to every single one of you smashing up those likes. Let's move on to the next topic I had for you guys, which is a little bit of an update on the transfer approach that we're going for. So I'm sure you guys already know this, but I'll go over it for the rest of the crowd that do not know it. And this is the plan essentially. So according to Fabrizio, Chelsea attackers, first step, go for Xavi Simons. Conversations advancing with Leipzig. We'll have a Simons section right after this one. Then the next step, consider Garnacho as an opportunity of the month of August. If United conditions to sell will match up with Chelsea conditions. For all this to happen, Chelsea will also need Nkunku and Sterling to go, and for Garnacho to obviously not go anywhere. I don't think you have to worry about that, brother. The Athletic also reported here that Chelsea sources kept anonymous to protect relationships say they want to give Mudryk the ability to rotate across all positions as he balances Premier League, Champions League, and Domestic Cup commitments this season. Pretty much we kind of already knew that, but thoughts on, we have a Garnacho section coming up. We have a Xavi Simons section right after this one. But yeah, overall thoughts on the plan with these transfers and kind of giving us more of a look at what it is.
I mean, as of right now, and I'm sure everybody would agree with me, it seems, and because I was having this debate actually with someone on my own channel 2 days ago, which was that we are probably now trying to sell the players before we sign the remaining 2 players that you probably want. If that makes sense, which is obviously Simons and Garnacho. We probably want to move on from Nkunku. We still got a bunch of other players that we probably want to sell, right? And I think the worry that the club has, they don't want to be in a situation like United, where because they've got an Mbeumo in, they've got an Cunha in, right? And then obviously they've got their main signings in. Now it's about selling to buy, right, for that club, and that kind of like obviously hurts your cards that you're dealt with, because it's like everyone knows you want to sell now. It's not about buying them, it's about selling, and so you need to cost any value that you want for a certain player. So I think the club obviously are probably trying to delay as much as possible those signings in order and maximize some of the sales that I plan to make, whether that be in Nkunku, which I know we'll talk about a little bit later, obviously Disasi, Chilwell, etc. I think that's a very logical approach, right? Because obviously, again, there's only 4 weeks left of the window now, if I'm not mistaken, right? You want to get these guys out.
The window ends September, 5 weeks. It ends like the first Monday of September.
No, it's September 1st. It's it's a month basically.
Yeah, 4 weeks. So it's gonna end basically in 4 weeks essentially. And so essentially, listen, you've got 4 weeks left. I know ideally preseason is starting this Monday. You probably want to get some of these guys in before the league starts in 2 weeks, so they can have a bit of a embedding period while you're getting stuff happening. Of course, I know everyone agrees with that. Yada yada yada. Let's skip past that nonsense, right? So, listen, the window itself. I know I'm actually interested to have this discussion with you guys. Actually, it's been going a bit slow. You know what I mean? It's been a bit more. You know, the top clubs have been a bit more active in my personal.
Wait.
What I mean
do you mean like?
How many get that? I mean that the top clubs like the Chelseas, the Cities, we've done a lot of our business early to. Obviously, you've got Hato in right now. We've been doing a lot more spending. If you look at the mid-table clubs in general, they haven't been spending as much because it feels like to me these guys they're doing the approach of they're gonna buy late now because last year a lot of clubs turned out a lot more proactive, a lot more signings being made last year. If you look at what was happening immediately, there's a lot more immediate signings being made. Everyone's trying to buy players now. This time, like the smaller clubs have not been signing players as much. They've been delaying their plans. Look at Fulham. Fulham is waiting right now, for example, really until the last few weeks, which is the last week, to make signings. Look at Brighton. Brighton, bro, have only made like I think I'm not taking only one signing, bro.
No, Brighton have made.
To be fair, I think. Go ahead, Scott. Sorry.
Is it one or two?
No, I checked.
My apologies. Maybe, but listen, Brighton have made it.
Brighton have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, but listen, we know half of them are going to like Unison draw.
No. 6 of which are for the first team, whether on starters or on the bench.
We'll sign a couple in a couple of years.
Maybe I'm not excited about it, but listen, I know Brentford have not made that many.
Haven't you kind of been checked out, anyways?
Only 1 week, bro. But like, I'm not. I don't club that I've been seeing. Like the only club that I've been seeing that's been really active, right, is basically been Sunderland. They've been making a bunch of signings themselves.
I think Liverpool pretty strong in the transfer.
No, but
the way they're going after Isaac as well.
I do agree with you on to a point. Like I'm looking at Bournemouth, for example, but I think the difference with a lot of these teams, like these mid-table teams, is they're kind of in a good spot. If that makes sense, like I'm looking at Bournemouth, for example, they've only signed 2 guys, but they've only needed to sign 2 guys because they signed a new goalkeeper because they obviously lost Kepa, and they signed a new left back because they lost Kirkes. They're going to sign a new centre back. They're interested in Achampong on loan, and they're probably interested in someone else because they've lost Houston. They're about to lose Sabani. They've only got Senesi and I think Hill, who's kind of a right back, centre back who can play there. I think. Oh, and Mepham. So they're going to sign a centre back, but like they're in a position like they signed a backup striker already in January, who's now joined the club. They've had a couple of loan players come back, so they're potentially in a better spot. Who else we got? I know Leeds have signed a couple of players. I know Palace and Everton have been, because I've seen reports about them or seen articles on BBC Sport that I've read.
The manager's not been happy, man. The manager's not been happy.
But neither of them, like, Moyes has come out and said like 3-4 weeks ago they need 10 new players. He came out like last week and said, we've signed 3, so we need another 6. By the way, their owners are the same owners as Roma, who had an issue or not had. Mourinho had similar comments in terms of them signing players. So
you know what's funny though? Roma's actually buying players. That's funny though.
Oh, now they are.
Buying players. I don't know if you see, they've actually got a ton of players in.
Now they are. Up to a couple years ago. That's the thing. I think a bunch of these mid-table teams are buying players. Like, let me look at Brentford. I think the problem with a lot of these mid-table, Brentford have bought quite a few players. I think a lot of the problem with these mid-table teams is they need to kind of wait to see who moves in terms of, like Brentford, for example. They kind of had to wait and see what happened with Mbeumo at the end of the day. Like Bournemouth, it's kind of the same. They can't do a centre-back signing, or they could do, but they need to wait pretty much until Zabani goes. Not from an FFP point of view, I don't think. It's more just a case of like, there's no point us signing a centre-back and then him stay. And it's like you spend all this money on a centre-back. Yeah, you could probably play them together, but it's like if you're buying one to replace Sabani, then it's like, but he doesn't leave. So I think some of these guys are buying players. It's just a case of they're trying to be smart about it. But I do agree with what Ahmed said. I think some of these guys are waiting for like later in the window, like a Fulham, for like, I'm expecting what's his face? Sterling to go there. Probably on loan. They're probably going to take it. They don't need Chilwell. They got better.
Chilwell's another one that I think is probably going to go in the last.
Alexis tweeted this yesterday, and I'm going to ask this now because I know he would ask this if he was here. Is there a single Premier League team that Chilwell starts for currently?
No, he's not going to. He has to go abroad. I said this before. He's not.
Ahmed, that's my point. Is there a single Premier League team that he starts for currently?
No,
I don't know if I have the tweet, but I think there was a tweet the other day that said Chilwell's been hard to move on because there's not been a single club that inquired about him.
Because he went to a team that he could start for last season and was worse than Mitchell. Go and look through the clubs. Leeds just signed a left back who's better than him potentially. That's one of the promoted teams. Burnley and Sunderland, I don't know who their left backs are, so I'm not going to comment on those two. He might start for one of those two. They just got promoted. That tells you the level. He wouldn't start for Wolves. They're just about to go and buy someone. Probably better than him. He obviously doesn't start for Palace. We've just been there. He doesn't start for Bournemouth. They've just signed someone better. He doesn't start for Brentford. They have better. He doesn't start for Newcastle, obviously. He doesn't start for Fulham, obviously. He doesn't start for... He might start because they're playing centre-back at left-back. He probably doesn't. Doesn't start for Brighton. They just bought someone better than him. Doesn't start for Villa. You get my point. He doesn't start for a single Premier League team. He's on 200 grand a week. Where are you sending him on loan? Probably to Saudi.
Listen, man, Neom SE, bro. That's why you got them.
Bro, they're buying players like it's going out.
And they don't even
fashion.
exist.
Oh
and they don't even,
God.
by the way, that city does not even exist, by the way.
I watched a video about that. Bro, they don't exist.
That's why I watched that video too. I actually couldn't believe this is a team that does not exist as a city, as a place that is buying players, bro.
Yeah, they literally, the city they're based in doesn't exist. They're not real.
I said this before about Chilwell, yeah, and I know everyone has heard me repeat this multiple times. Chilwell was a player that relied upon his pace, bro. He relied upon his pace, his ability to recover, because positionally he was never that great. If we're being honest about Chilwell, right? But then when you go through an ACL injury and then an Achilles injury back to back, bro, listen, if you're like a 90 pace on FIFA, you've gone now to 65, bro.
Yo,
like,
Pochettino essentially really ended that guy's career, though. When you really think about it, Pochettino was the final nail in the coffin. Is what I'm trying to say.
Pochettino exposed him.
Was the final nail in the coffin in terms of Armitage. He exposed all his deficiencies.
Yes.
And ironically, by playing him left wing, because you had to play him there. Like, I know we found it, but you had to play him there because he was that shit defensively, and he's always been pretty bad defensively, but it got worse.
Okay. He didn't have to play him there. He had to play him there because he also forced his own hand by making him vice captain.
No.
So but as in, when I say he had to play him there in the sense of you couldn't play him left back because of how bad he was defensively, in terms of passing, his passing, by the way, since he was at Leicester, you can go and find tweets of Leicester fans that say basically the same sort of stuff that we as Chelsea fans have been saying about Chilwell for the last 2 years. So passing wise has always been pretty shit. The thing that he had was he had pace and he had ability to finish in the box when he was underlapping under two.
Yes.
Playing left back,
I still probably can do
playing left back in a Poch system. You can't do that. Playing left back in most systems nowadays, most back systems don't require their left back to underlap into the box. Just most of them.
Before.
His best bet is going to Italy, to be honest.
He would be exposed as well in Italy.
You think so?
What league do you reckon he should go to? Saudi? Because I feel like he'd end up leaving halfway through as well.
Like, it's very harsh to say.
Go to Ajax, man.
Maybe he might have to go to one of those type of leagues that you just mentioned, right? Like, because he can't do it in Italy, bro. It would be worse than what happens in the Premier League, because you know what would happen? He would go up, we would go forward, and then they would just hit him every time on the break. Bang.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few Wasp players who've gone from England to Italy, done pretty decent, I would say.
Yeah, but that is Chris. But the problem is he's a defender. He's a fullback. In Italy, bro, they require you to go up and down.
I don't think it happened, but did Ashley Young go to Italian league?
He could probably still play as a wing back in Italy. Yeah. Because then there's less reliance on his defensive ability. He just has to basically stay high and wide. He could play as a wing back.
Even what you're saying, though, Chris, like Ashley Young right now at his current age is based on recency and what we've last seen of Chilwell, he's better than Chilwell.
But listen, we need to give credit to that guy, though. Ashley Young was a good football player in his prime. He's a very, very good player. He was
100%.
Right? He's positionally aware.
He lost
he's always been better than Chilwell.
Listen, again, I'll even use your GOAT as an example. You know, Thiago Silva. You know what I mean? When he lost his faith, what was he good at though? His positionally awareness was very good, right? So, but that's the problem, bro. That's his problem.
Yeah, you see it all the time in terms of like you don't even have to use top level guys. I'm thinking about a guy because Axe mentioned MLS. There are guys in MLS at the moment who were still playing in Europe a couple of years ago. I think of like Choupo-Moting. Choupo-Moting played for Stoke in the Premier League.
Yeah,
he played for Stoke, but he also played for PSG and he played for Bayern, and he was at least a competent level, and still is. Like, he's obviously old, he's lost his pace, he still has good footballing ability with his feet. That's Choupo-Moting. Chilwell wishes he had the technical ability of Choupo-Moting right now. Technically speaking, he has always been shit. It's always been shit.
I genuinely think the best approach for getting rid of, well, we'll go over the outgoings in a minute, but in terms of what Ahmed was saying before about the transfer window for the most of the Premier League, I part of me also thinks that it has a lot to do with, like, it seems like one, FFP is getting in the way, right? And two, I don't want to take all the credit for this, and by me and I mean Chelsea. I feel like Chelsea started a trend in terms of how to work around FFP, and the top 4 clubs started to really like work around, like follow suit. Liverpool, to an extent, also kind of making their own way about it by saying, hey, listen, we have a good enough team. Arsenal doesn't want to have too many signings. We can use that to our advantage by not getting transfers this window. Gives us a big boost next window so we can rebuild the team based on what we're going to need and stuff. You look at how Arsenal long-term deals, City are doing long-term deals. Man City also signing younger players with a combination of more well-known players as well. I think this window in particular, you're seeing that top 4 really, really dominate the headlines and run away with it. And kind of, we'll see how the Premier League plays out. At the end of the day, whoever wins the transfer window doesn't necessarily win the league, but I think that's been taking a lot of headlines as well, because there are signings happening, like Scott just mentioned. Brighton has a bunch of signings. Who else did you say? Bournemouth had a few signings as well.
Bournemouth had a couple. Sunderland have had, brother. Sunderland have been busy. Bro, they're doing that old QPR thing. They are either going to finish like 8th or they're finishing bottom. Like there's no in between.
Yeah, so cooked, by the way. AFCON. When AFCON happens, bro, they are.
Actually, no, they might be. To be fair, they might be okay in certain areas with the Xhaka thing, because I saw this the other day, because they've got like 4 different guys that could start in midfield, 2 of them being African. So like they're okay. Like they are actually okay now in terms of them signing Xhaka probably helps them. But yeah, they're kind of cooked in the other areas. They're gonna have like no wingers, bro. They're gonna have literally no wingers when AFCON hits.
Bloody hell, mate.
But yeah, guys, smash up the like button, because then I can turn my light back on, because the likes help keep the lights on here. On Casually FC. That's kind of why I'm in the dark right now. Allegedly. But I feel like this window in particular for Chelsea, I feel like it does. Let's see how it ends, right? Because that's the big one. Thank you for getting us to 50 likes. I can turn my light back on. Thank God. But yeah, in terms of this window for Chelsea, and time will tell, because I want to see how we end the window and not just judge it based on where we are right now. It seems like the direction we're heading in is much more planned out. It seems much more we're addressing key areas, which, I think all of us would agree we probably should have been doing that. Actually, it's not even probably. We should have been doing that. It doesn't seem like we were, but who knows what the hell the grand plan was. It'll be revealed in time. But this window seems a lot more different than previous windows, is the long and short of what I'm trying to say. It seems like a much more efficient window and a much more positive window. Like we're actually making the right moves and so on and so forth. Let's actually, since we're on the subject of transfers, let me move on to Simmons, because not really a headliner on today's show, because this is also kind of a lie that I posted as the banner. Simmons update. The update is there's really not an update.
Actually, there is. You just missed
I mean, probably for
it came out 5 minutes ago.
The same stuff, basically.
I don't know if
5
you
minutes
saw.
ago.
All right, well, let me go over.
What's this new information?
Let me pull it. Let me, and then if I miss it, I'll go find it. So Chelsea to place opening offer to Xavi Simmons after positive club-to-club talks, and that was released 3 days ago. Ben Jacobs reporting. Matt Law is saying here, Chelsea are yet to make an official bid for Xavi Simmons following their initial inquiry, but there is an optimism a deal can be clinched. Leipzig are interested in 3 Chelsea players, Broja, Tariq George, and Tony Chukwuemeka. This was released earlier today. Then we also from earlier today, Chelsea are yet to make an official bid for Xavi Simmons, but there is optimism. Oh, the same thing I just read. Anyways, Fabrizio also said earlier today, Xavi Simmons absolutely remains a deal ongoing. Clubs are still talking directly, the same as the players' side. Work in progress on the contract. It's also important for Chelsea to create some space, so to sell players and then to try to complete situation. Did I miss the update? Is there another one?
There is no update.
There is an update. So Fabrizio said that 35% chance now that he signed.
Ah,
I'll put you in
the
private
here
chat.
we go meter.
Private chat. Look at
Here we
private
go
chat,
meeting
man.
now.
Say the link on private chat, Wesley. And
So silly.
well,
man.
this is what was it called? Jacobs Ben was basically just saying the deal might is going to probably move a little bit more faster now because obviously United interested in Sesko, right? So
Oh, we said 35.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So what's it called? So essentially, we might need to start getting a move on.
Did you any of you guys actually? I know it's still on the same topic about Xavi
go,
Simons.
meter.
Did any of you see like people said, "Oh, I spotted Xavi Simons," and some random guy basically.
The
Yep.
same thing they were doing at Ekatike. That was so funny, dude. Just
They do that at Ekatike as well.
A random tall guy with dreads.
Nah,
He
the
doesn't
funniest one is
just-
Sadio Mane. Like this guy, the Sky News report said it's Sadio Mane. It's just
You know
some guy.
who that guy is, by the way. That's
No.
Lauren Plettengo. Plettenberg or the Plettengo guy that you follow is no one that does that, by the way. That's him.
That's actually funny as fuck.
It's
So he got caught. But yeah, it looks. I think it's gonna happen, but it's just been going slow. I
the
think
problem
it's.
is, Marshall.
Talk to me.
I said this before, yeah. Remember we spoke about this in the previous topic. I think the club probably can do this deal. Can make they've probably got like the numbers ready. They probably agreed a fee of organizing and everything like that. But they probably want to get someone out first, right? But I think they're in like they're in like this sort of dilemma where they may be basically forced. They may have to force themselves to buy this guy, and then sacrifice something in terms of sales, right? Or they're gonna be a situation where they can push through themselves first and then bring him in, if that makes sense.
Are you talking about
Because-
Chelsea doing some sales?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about Chelsea specifically here. I'm saying like
Okay, got it.
because I think again the reason why this deal a bit more is on hold because they think they probably want to sell some guys because they still don't want to look like they need that they don't want to look like they need to buy. They want to look like they're still trying to buy people, and if that makes sense, and they still need money to fund those guys. So they're trying to sell these guys at the highest price possible. The moment these guys come in, by the way, right? If someone comes in, basically everyone knows your last deal is gone.
No.
Right? Because the way it's been reported right now, your last deal is basically after this Garnacho, and it's been reported that you need to sell players. So what happens then? The value maybe you want 20% less, 30% less. That's what clubs are gonna start coming into. Clubs are gonna start being cheeky with you, right? So that's the problem they've got right there, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, well, since we're on the topic, because I don't think there's much to discuss on Simmons. Like while you were away, we did discuss a lot about Xavi Simons, but we do have outgoings to discuss, which you just brought up. So here's a few. Here's an updated list of the outgoings roundup that I made for you guys in chat. Let's go ahead and discuss some of these on the panel. So the first one that we are going to bring up is Ishe Samuel Smith. It's finally done. So Ishe Samuel Smith leaves Chelsea to join Blue Coast side Strasbourg for 6.5 million transfer fee, contract until 2030, as Bobby Vincent reports. Now I don't know the details of the contract outside of the fee, but I could imagine there's probably like a buyback clause or something like that.
Play a game this
You
season?
don't need a buyback clause if you sell to Strasbourg, though, bro. You don't need a
Oh,
buyback
okay.
clause.
That's
Is
true.
he
That's fair.
Is he
Yeah.
fullback? Because I swear I've seen his name.
He's
Yeah,
a fullback.
fullback.
He's a fullback.
Yeah, he's a left
fullback.
back. He's an academy left back.
Yeah, I thought I've seen his name. I just thought, did he play a game or something?
Yeah,
He
he
was on
did.
the
He
bench.
did.
No.
He played in Conference
He didn't-
League game, actually.
He didn't play a game. He was on the bench.
You not play Conference League? I thought you played Conference League.
Nope.
No, I don't think he played
on the
Conference League once.
He was on the bench for a Conference League game. He didn't play.
I'll check right now,
Oh.
actually. But
I
I don't
mean-
think he played a single game for us.
Transfer market, what have you. Is that pure
But this
profit,
guy
I
is
guess?
like, it's pure profit for Chelsea. It's still going to a Blue Co team, so it's like
okay.
he's still in the system, in our system,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have any senior minutes. Yeah, no senior minutes here. But he was highly touted. A lot of people really wanted to see him play last season, especially when we had the situation where, we need to give Cucurella a rest and stuff like that. He was brought up a few times, especially when we were when we wanted to rest Cucurella for Conference League games, or we wanted to rest him during Conference League games. People were saying play Samuel Smith instead of Cucurella. But yeah, it's he was gonna. I'm kind of glad we didn't sell him to Ajax because I heard so many things about him, and he was involved in the Ajax deal. At least Ajax inquired about bringing him in replacement for Jarrell Hato, who we will discuss. But at least he's still in the system, and we can always call back on him, and he'll develop well under Rossignol. Rossignol has been doing really well for himself over at Strasbourg, so another good acquisition for them. And yeah. Any thoughts on Isha Smith, or move on to the next player?
Good luck to him.
Good luck to him, man. Good luck to him. Good luck to him.
Good luck to him.
Yeah, it's
I look forward
a
to
good
watching
fee,
him.
obviously. Yeah, it's a good fee. We got him on a free from Everton, I think.
Was it?
Oh,
Funny little
wait, you know
money?
what? Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Hold on. Yeah, he was Everton youth player, yeah.
Yeah, he
Pure
came on
profit.
a free, I think, or it was a little bit of money, but yeah, nice fee from. Hopefully, he does well.
4.7 million euro fee, I think.
That's what we
It was
paid
a
for
small
him.
fee. Yeah, 4.7 million euros.
Oh,
A fee.
okay.
Yeah,
then,
Everton U18 to
Okay.
Chelsea U18 in
We've
2020.
made a little profit then.
A
on
little
it.
bit.
Okay.
A little profit. It'll be a big profit eventually, I'm sure.
well, we don't
okay.
own him. We don't own the player now, but do we? Or
Blueco does.
okay, yeah, but
That makes sense.
but the transfer, like, say they sell him right in Strasbourg, that money doesn't go to Chelsea's like FFP like money
No,
to the sell.
but it goes to Strasbourg.
It goes to, yeah, like it goes to Strasbourg, it goes to ownership, whatever. But yeah,
Mhm.
like, unless we're getting back, say he's a baller or something.
Yeah.
And
So the
he's
next
like,
player is one that it's almost certain, 99% certain he's leaving the club, and that's Nkunku. So Nkunku, yeah, pretty much. Fabrizio said it's guaranteed he's leaving the club.
Oh.
So Nkunku must leave. Oh, there you go. Fabrizio saying it again. Nkunku must leave Chelsea because the club want to make space for Xavi Simons. Nkunku is on Inter's list, but only if Lookman does not arrive, according to. Oh, I'm not talking to you. Okay. Every time I say Nkunku, it thinks I'm saying Google. So yeah, Lookman does not arrive. We continue on. Nkunku is on the short list for Inter. The French attacker is one of the top alternatives for Adamana Lookman, who remains the priority. Now, Lookman is at Atalanta, I believe.
Yep.
He is probably going to leave Atalanta at some point. But if it doesn't happen, then Inter. Right? Because didn't he get disrespected by by the coach, and he's kind of like
But he's not even here though.
Coach is gone, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, by the way, I just wanted to just point out there. I don't know. There's another report that literally came out. This is like a little bit after this, this evening, which was like Inter Milan's backup to Lookman is Nkunku, and that they've got a time limit until Saturday to get Lookman done. If not, they'll go straight to Nkunku. But the issue with Nkunku apparently is not the fee; it's actually his contract.
Okay, fair enough. Also, big up to Lanre Sadiq for the super chat, the $1.99 super chat. I don't know if you meant to type in something, but if you did, just go ahead and put it in the chat and I'll highlight it. You said PYS?
Yeah, PYS is literally was like something like 7 p.m. UK time. A little bit down, a little bit down.
Right here.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, so Inter's alternative to Lookman, if they do not get him between tomorrow and Saturday morning, will be Nkunku. There would be an issue with his high salary, though. Yeah, because he is on a somewhat of a decently high salary. But yeah, I mean, with all the players that we're getting in, it doesn't look like there's going to be space for this guy, and it doesn't look like it's going to work out.
Can I give a take, man? No, my take, man.
You can while I go ahead and get myself an iced tea.
Nkunku or Simmons, man. I know how I'm choosing, man. I know how I'm choosing. That's what I'm gonna say. That's it, man. That's all I have to say. Chat knows what I mean when I say that, man. Nkunku or Simmons, man. We know who we're choosing around here, boys.
Wait, say that again.
Nkunku or Simmons, I know who we're choosing, man.
Oh yeah, I think we all know now. Nah, like, it'd be great to get him out. Where did Marshall go? I just got back.
Marshall wanted to get some iced tea.
I went away for like 2 seconds and Marshall's gone.
Marshall wanted to get. He's got Prime. Marshall drinking Prime. Man.
No, it's
drinking
not
what?
It's iced tea.
I'm trying to troll.
It looks like a Prime though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
that rocket pot flavor because Prime made it popular.
Yeah. Listen,
I don't even know how much you're trying to stand for. Like, is it like 40, 50 million? Because I ain't seen
I'm gonna be honest, man. We all know who. Listen, if he's
90% gone, have we got a fee for it?
Listen. If it's Nkunku or Simmons, man,
40
I know who
something,
I'm choosing, man.
Chris.
I know who I'm choosing, man.
Wait, you're choosing in okay, never mind.
Oh, you're
I'm not
sick.
I'm
You're
not
sick.
Chris, if you want to rehash this out with him, you're more than welcome to.
No, like I already, I
I'm
had
not falling for the trap.
Ahmed is like just trolling, like he's just being sick in the head, like.
Listen,
I have so much, I
He
have
just
so
wants-
much
he wants
caffeine
to
in me
stop
right
it.
now. I'm in the Matrix, and I saw his move,
Like-
so I'm okay.
I've already said the reasons why I want Xavi like Simmons. Like, I reckon Palmer would be on back on the right as well when Xavi Simmons comes back into the team.
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting actually because, like, again,
Is it?
listen, within Kunku, it's just I'm surprised that no moves have been made for him. Ironically, like sooner.
No,
Like, I don't
I
know
think it's
what's
what you're
going on.
saying though. People are waiting.
And the thing is, like, listen, man, Phoenix Harvey, bro, do your job properly, please, man. Like, really, can you do your job, please, Phoenix Harvey, bro? You know what I mean? Like, why?
I mean, tomorrow we have him. Here we go. You know,
The thing is, like, I was
That's also
actually
the salary
thinking
element.
he's got a 5-year deal running. He signed a 5-year deal, but it's not a 6-year deal, correct?
I have no
That's a
idea,
good
to be honest.
question. Nkunku, Chelsea contract
He's
And-
done what? Is he done 3 years?
runs
two-
until 2029. So he signed a 6-year contract with us.
And what was his fee, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
52 million pounds.
Oh,
Alright,
what's
so
60?
that basically means, yeah, he's got 52 divided by 6. Basically, me saying 54 divided by 9 million per year. 9 times by what's it called? So he's done 6. So he's basically got 3 years left in his deal. 9 times by so he basically it's up for like 30 million that he's got left, basically, right? He's got 3 years left in his deal. Because this is his third year. So he's got another 3 years left in his deal.
Big up, brother.
So essentially, he's got something like 30 million remaining on his contract. So, like, if you get 40
Okay.
million for him, like something like 40 million for him, I mean, if I'm the club, bro, you gotta take that, bro.
I think that's what they're willing to take now. It's I think it was reported that his price was actually I can pull up the tweet. I don't even have to take guesses here. I'll find it. It's not too far from here.
I'll
And
be
find
real,
it for
man,
Chris,
because
Chris
like
asked.
at this point, bro, we gotta be smart now. You gotta be a bit more smart, bro. You know what I mean? At
I
this
mean,
point-
he is like essentially pushed out a team as well. So like, you get like 45 million or whatever, just take it.
Yeah, man.
because,
I mean,
like,
the
he's
thing
just
is
not
though,
needed
like
anymore.
if he stays, I think Maresca won't have an issue. I don't think Maresca personally has an issue. It's not like Jackson. Like I think Maresca will make him work.
Part of the thing with this, Marshall, is that sorry to
That's the
interrupt you,
mirror.
just,
No, you're good.
Is
you're
that-
good. Go ahead.
is that listen, in Kunku, the real if you're bringing in Simmons, I've been that's like either a club decision, because obviously you know how the club sometimes they'll override whatever decision the manager makes, right? So they'll be like,
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of the occasions they're like, listen, guys, we need to move on from him and let's bring in a younger player like Simmons, who the manager obviously is also happy with, it seems, right? To bring in,
You can also get him on the
Actually,
wages.
right? Yes, that's the thing too. So
That's
I
a
mean,
big
I hear
part.
it. Then I'll be honest, man. I understand it, man. I understand it. But if I'm in Kunku, bro, again, this is a World Cup year. He needs to know what time it is, bro.
That is also actually very true. I thought I had one like actually very recently on Nkunku. I just know they took 22 million pounds off of his asking price from January. That's what I remember off the top of my head. I just don't remember the exact number. It may have been 42 million pounds or 44 was the final evaluation that they're willing to sell him for. But I don't think the fee is the issue. It's more so the salary, which we just saw with Inter and what they're saying. But that's also Inter, and Italian clubs are very much broke income in terms of what can they afford.
You know what, man?
and
I'm hoping
such.
Walter Maida fails for Bayern, because then hopefully that
Is that still not over the line?
That's not even
Oh, I
happening.
found
at all,
it.
mate. Right, so that deal has not happened yet. The Walter Maida deal. So
It's kind of crazy. That's not over the line yet.
So listen, man. If I'm Chelsea, man, you might want to hope that one flops here, and then you can basically just offer Cuckoo to them, and then Bayern can just be a bitch and take him.
I forgot to read this out, by the way. Lanra Sadiq, $1.99 super chat. Finally caught a live show. Up to Chelsea. Up to you, my friend. This is the tweet, ladies and gents. The Athletic reported about a week ago. Chelsea dropped their asking price by 22 million pounds for Christopher Nkunku, who has admirers in the Premier League, Italy, and Germany. In January, Chelsea valued the French international at 65 million pounds. The figure has now been cut to 43.3 million pounds. So there's your answer, Chris.
I mean, that's a fair price. Around 40 million. Like, I wouldn't expect like a team to really pay more, like 50 million or something. Just like he's 29, I think. He's not had exactly the greatest years at Chelsea. Some of it down to injuries, but I will say he does look a lot better. Like, especially in the Club World Cup, he did look decent. I thought pretty good.
The thing is, though, like, and I hate to say it this way because I've just been, I don't want to say a victim, but I've been on the other end of this when it comes to employment. Me and maybe more sympathetic Chelsea fans will understand that Nkunku, realistically, this is his second season. His first season, he was injured with the knee, and he was unavailable for most of it. He played, maybe 10 games total. Second season, which was technically his first season at Chelsea, was last season, and now this is his third season on the books, and his second season, which now in his second season, he's looked a little better. He's looked like he's caught up to speed with what's happening. Is it good enough? I'm not going to say
yes. Are we
yes.
classing CWC as this season or last season?
Last season.
Then he hasn't had a second season yet.
Well,
that's what I thought. Like, what about
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But
What I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
what I meant to say is that this
you're
upcoming
coming
season.
This will be his second season,
but on the books, it's his third season. A third season of not enough goals, not enough assists, not enough efficiency for the team.
No, it won't show on
but like, I mean, on the books, like financially, like it's just not feasible to have had him for this long.
Marshall, I don't think it does. We bought him outside of a transfer window, so we paid for him on the 1st of July.
And
he joined us on the 1st of July.
So this will be, I'm sorry.
This will be his third season.
I'm getting myself. I'm getting ahead of myself.
If he stays, this will be his third season. This will be his third season in terms of on the books, in terms of what we've had to pay.
Yeah. So what I was trying to get at, and you cleared it up for me essentially, is that this upcoming season will be his third season on the books. He's had 2 seasons on the books where it's not been good enough for the ownership, essentially. Nope. So that's why, like, from a financial perspective, if you're looking at the books, if you're gonna give players 2 seasons to prove themselves, you have Axel, you have Badiashile, you have a laundry list of players. Fofana, to my surprise, is still gonna be captain. That's probably for a multitude of reasons that they won't admit.
November.
Yeah. But it's one of those that, okay, listen, he's fit. We can sell him. We can make a profit off, but not a profit, but we can redeem some of the money. We can get him off the wages that he's on. He's not proven that he's worth keeping on the wages for the last 2 seasons. Get him gone. So, like, personally, I'm on the fence about it, but I do agree to get rid of him at this point. Ahmed also probably thinks it would be fair to give him another season, so this would be technically his second fit season.
I've always maintained that, it's been an unfair period for him at Chelsea. And the fact the manager and changed the system, and it's a system that suits him now. It's probably even more, in my personal opinion, of a merrier reason. What's it called? To actually keep him. But listen, people like the shiny new toy. And it seems that
he's like the Woody, man. Like, we don't want to play with you no more.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
That's it, Chris, man. Let him know, Chris, man.
Wait, hold on, huh?
I thought Scott was going to say something.
No. He's not Woody. Woody implies.
I just like using the situation that like we don't want to play
Woody implies he was good.
It's good. He was good before he
was. Woody implies he was good. Woody was great.
Cucurella was good before he joined Chelsea.
This guy was never good.
Yeah, man. You know what, Chris, man? Don't worry, man. Listen. They want the shiny new toy, and that's Simmons for them. So.
Okay, Casually Disney FC. Let's go.
You know what I mean?
All right.
They want the shiny new toy, man. They want the shiny new toy.
Next story. Raheem the Dream. The war is still not over. There's still a few repercussions happening as a result of the war here. But yeah, so Fulham are considering making a move for Raheem Sterling. Chelsea do not want to loan him out again and are looking for around £20 million. I think that's going to be very doable.
He's getting loaned, man. He's getting loaned.
There's no
way. There's no way.
Loaned, bro. He's getting
20 million
low, bro.
pounds in this
Tony
market.
Khan is about to fuck us, bro. He's about to give us a 20 million loan fee. Bro. He's about to give us a loan fee, bro. Not 20 million. That was gonna happen, bro. He's about to give us. He's getting us. We're getting the loan, bro. Let's put the loan.
I was gonna say, why would they spend? Unless the only reason they might spend the 20 is I've seen apparently, and I don't know where this came from outside of Wolfie. Apparently, Adama Traore is of interest to Nottingham Forest.
Oh.
So if they sell Adama Traore, they might buy Sterling for 20 million, but I still doubt it. Because why are they spending 20 million on some washed up no-name backup, or not what no-name, some washed up backup?
How many clubs has Adama Traore been in now? Jesus Christ.
No,
It's only been
Villa,
Barcelona. It's
Barcelona.
only been 3. It's been at.
No, it's been 5.
It was at Middlesbrough when they came up, right? It was at Middlesbrough when they came up.
He is currently at his 5th club.
When the Premier League.
You his whole like career.
No, I'm talking about his Premier League career. In the Premier League, he was at Middlesbrough.
He was right.
He was at Middlesbrough. Then they obviously got
Pull it up right
relegated.
now.
He was at Wolves. He's been at Fulham now.
Wait, he's
And that's-
29.
Bro,
He's
he went
only
back to
been at
Barcelona.
3. He's been at only 3 Premier League clubs, bro. This is like, Nottingham Forest will be his
Feels
4th
like he's
club.
been to a lot.
He's been around.
You know, Nottingham Forest would be 4th. His 4th Premier League club.
Yeah, it's probably, I was speaking about
Okay.
Premier League clubs, by the way. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah, because he's played for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's played for 5 clubs in his career.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
Not
not as
the
bad as Morata.
Bro, that guy.
Well,
Bro, that
Morata's
guy's
gonna
Morata's
pass
the transfer
the-
scam. Morata's the transfer
Yeah,
scam,
he,
bro. Him and
bro, I
Lukaku
was gonna say
transfer
that's 100% tax. Like that's something to do with finances. He's getting paid on the side for all of his transfers.
I mean,
Or-
how we got rid of him for 60
Or he
million?
just wants a holiday, bro. He wants a new holiday.
No,
every year.
someone said he's a tax credit, bro. He's a tax credit. That's what he is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He does get a transfer tax credit, bro. With Morata, I swear to God, bro. Oh, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
but I mean, listen, I hope this happens because 20 million.
can't see
Listen,
him
I don't
paying
want the
20.
player.
15
Even if I was in Fulham, I wouldn't want him. But for the price, I don't think he's as washed of a player as people think he is.
Yes,
I
he
don't
is.
think he's
What
gonna
did
go
you
in.
do last season?
Marshall,
Let me just
don't
give
ask-
you a gauge of what I think of Raheem Sterling. I don't think he's good enough to make the England
Fantastic.
squad, but I don't think he's shit where like, oh, he has to walk on a free. Like, there's a player
Marshall,
there.
Let's play this game again. Actually, I'll ask 2 questions. Number 1 is everything you just said. Then ask Arsenal fans how they feel about him.
Oh well, I mean,
Yeah.
Arteta's a
Cool.
fraud.
Also,
Oh yeah, blame.
You
him.
don't need to
No,
do
no.
this, bro.
Wait,
Arteta
no, I
never
like-
played him.
No, but
because he
did.
sucks.
He did. No. He did play him a few times. He was shit. So
Yeah,
Not
he
much,
was great.
but-
But
Also-
then, but like,
also,
how is he going to
let's
be
play-
good when he never plays games?
Cool. Marshall, let's play this game again. How many Premier League teams does he start for?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna take you so seriously. Give me a second. Let me get this fucking guy out of here.
I'm looking
Alright.
looking at the teams right now, and
If-
there are
Okay, let me give you my opinions. All right, I think he could start for Nottingham Forest.
no, he can't. Carry on.
Okay, I think
Sorry. Over who?
over whoever they're gonna get to replace Alonga.
They got
who-
Ndoye. They got Ndoye.
They've already
He's
got
not
him in.
starting with Ndoye. He's not starting
Nope.
with Ndoye.
Carry
bro.
on.
Is Ndoye from Brighton?
No, he's from
Nope, from
Bologna.
Bologna.
Bologna. He actually just won a title. He won like a cup
player.
with
Yeah.
Bologna, bro.
Okay. If Eze leaves, Crystal Palace for sure.
He's not better than Ismail Assar, bro.
I would
I
say
thought
like
Ismail Assar was a cam.
No, he's
Yes, they
a
play
winger,
2 10s.
Yeah, but he's essentially a winger, bro. He's essentially a winger too.
Yeah, I
plays
say he is a
average.
winger, but he plays in a 10 because they play 2 10/wingers behind Mateta.
Okay. I got to think of London clubs, right? Like it's got to be realistically a club he would go to.
No. We don't have to play. We don't have to do that game, Marshall.
feel like he'd
Okay.
get anyone.
Just what team? Because I'm telling you now,
No,
I'm looking at the
Sloan.
teams.
He's
There
not
is
gonna
one.
go over.
Genuinely speaking, there is one team I think
He could go to
without a
Wolves.
doubt, starts for.
I could see him starting at Wolves. Obviously, maybe any of the relegation teams. Doesn't start at United.
Make it 2.
Don't think he starts at Everton.
That's the only team. One of the only 2 teams I think he could start at.
maybe
Because they
Everton.
don't have anyone.
Doesn't get over Matuma at Brighton.
No.
Doesn't Bournemouth? I'm pretty sure have a
No.
good attacking option.
Semenyo.
Brentford also not a
Brentford, no. Sade's better than him now, currently.
Yeah.
What about Sunderland? Do they have a left winger?
They've
Oh,
just
well, I
signed
said relegation
4 wingers.
team, but yeah.
They just signed
They
They're
just
just
signed
4 good
like
wingers.
4
Yeah, they're right, man. They're right, man. They're right, man. They're right.
But Fulham, like, I don't even think he gets into Fulham because
No, he doesn't start for them, bro. This is the thing, like,
Yeah.
and this is ultimately, it's not this ownership's fault. I'm not going to blame them. This is the problem with Sterling and Chilwell at this point. This is why I think me and Ahmed are on the same page. These guys are going to be here till their contract runs out, and they're leaving on freeze. Because
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 years left on his contract, and funny enough, we were just talking about him. I might as well pull him up.
Bro, best
Full as
to get a
well.
loan
This is
in.
the tweet I was talking about, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Chelsea are struggling off of Ben Chilwell, who is yet to have a club come in for him. Meanwhile,
Asking for 25 mil is kind of crazy as well.
No. An asking price of
Oh, that's
25 mil has been asked for Brozy,
discuss.
not even for Chilwell.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
sorry, I thought 25 million. I was like, damn.
You were
Yeah, that's a Marshall.
No,
The
no,
issue-
no. You're not getting 25 for Broha.
The issue that- The issue we've got with Sterling, and this is why I don't think he's going, right? Excuse me, is because we've just gone through that exercise. I don't believe there's a single Premier... Well, I believe there's 2 Premier League teams, one of which will not sign him, neither of which will sign him because of location, but one of which I don't think will sign him because I just don't think they have the financial capability to sign him. If he goes Fulham, he's going on their bench. He's not a good player anymore. I'm looking where else he can go. People mentioning Saudi, the MLS. What Saudi team is buying him?
No. We need to actually address something else, bro. The problem is also, I think unlike Chilwell, there is another problem with Sterling, which is that there's a brother saying, I just want to stay in London, bro. He's not even saying I want to go to... He's not even... He doesn't want to go to anywhere else in Europe.
Fuck yeah, he's
Not
worse
even
than
to the
Neto.
US.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
TK, let's
he
be
might be
serious.
trolling.
No, but Ahmed, I'm even trying to like, because I
didn't
agree
mean
with
to
you.
interrupt.
That makes this whole conversation a non-starter. But I'm trying to open the conversation up and go, let's just say in a miracle world in Fantasyland, there is the possibility of him going, okay, I'll move to wherever in the world. You just have to find me a club.
I'll be
What
honest,
fucking
there's
Saudi
no place
team?
for MLS. MLS
What? No,
there's
there
MLS.
isn't, brother. I can tell you from watching MLS on a regular basis, the teams that would have the financial capability to sign him have better players than him. LAFC's best player is their left winger, and they're about to sign Son potentially. Inter Miami
You're
don't
right,
need
man.
him.
Yeah.
Chicago Fire, their left winger is a designated player. They're not signing him. Atalanta can't sign him. They have the financial capability. Charlotte can't sign him. They probably would. They've already got Zaha. If you actually go and like find out who has the financial, the amount of teams that could buy him that have the financial
Yeah,
capability
we're
to
cuts, man.
sign
We're
players,
cuts, man.
they're not going to, because they already have players in his position who are big players for them. Now I understand that they might see him as like better, maybe Toronto because they've just got rid of the Italians. But I'm gonna be honest, going from the 2 Italians to Sterling, it just nuke the club.
Let's make it happen.
Like you got rid of Bernardeschi and replaced him with Sterling. Like at least Bernardeschi was doing something for you. Like just nuke the club. This is what we are not getting rid of him for money. If we do, like, praise be to whoever manages to do that. Genuinely speaking, they deserve a knighthood. If you get money for Sterling,
Yeah.
this is true.
I don't know, but
It was also a free
Actually,
transfer, by the way.
yeah, I think at this point, Chilwell and Sterling are going to have to be free transfers. And let's see if the club actually allow it, because the last time we were close to having a free transfer was Kepa, and they signed him to an additional deal, and that ended up working out. But I don't see how they're going to do that
Also,
with
the
Sterling or Chilwell.
Kepa worked out because they managed to find a loan that worked for him, and maybe the Fulham one does. Like, I'm talking now, and I think it's going to fail, but he might hit it off of Fulham. Who knows? But the Kepa one worked because he went to a team that was managed by a friend of his that he used to play with. Like, unfortunately, I don't think Bayern are currently in a market for Sterling. Who else did he play with that's currently managing?
Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it roll out. You know what I mean? Yeah. At the end of the day, you know, Sterling, Chilwell, bro, they're leaving
It's
on
not. There's someone who
freeze.
agrees with you.
Listen, they're leaving on freeze. I don't know what's happening with them. in such an ever form. Like we just got to put the domestic, we got to put the domestic loan for Sterling in the bag. But I feel for Chilwell, he might be just a training guy. I mean, he might be that new under 23 legend. I mean, EPL2 legend, just like my guy. What's his name again? It's like Santos. I forget his name, but the striker, Washington. You know what I mean?
Oh, what?
Washington.
They talk about Washington. Or you talking about Fofana?
No, I'm talking about Fofana. It's gonna be. I'm saying that Chilwell's gonna be the new MVP man of the EPL team.
Let's go to the last one.
Let me have a little. That reminds me.
Outgoings, by the way, and that's Armando Broja. We won 25 million pounds for him, which I don't know.
Do you guys think we'll get 25 million for Broja?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll
I think it's
probably get like
gonna
15. I say probably I reckon 15 with add-ons. Like there's probably maybe some championship teams. Oh, I say championship teams. Yeah, there's probably some championship teams that would take him. There's probably a couple Premier League teams like towards the bottom end, obviously, that like could take him. It's just hard because like last season like was bad. From
he got injured again.
The injuries was true, but it wasn't just the injuries. It was again
the first half that he's injured for.
It was the injuries plus they did another situation they did with Santos. You sent him to a team that played a one striker formation that had two strikers ahead of him. Like, when the fuck was he going to play?
Mm-hmm.
Even if he wasn't injured. And all their strikers sucked. Do you know what's jokes? All their strikers sucked, and he was still third choice. So
the thing is, man, and I said this before,
last season was tough, and like you may have to do another loan with an option.
That's what I'm thinking.
Just get it like ultimately get it right. You've managed to get it right with a lot of loans, to be fair, that we've done recently. Most of them. David Datcher for Fofana is high, but bro, I just checked that. Bro, that guy's getting his fourth loan. Please be a Burnley and not a Gostep, because Christ on a bike, he needs it. Yeah, as long as he gets a good loan somewhere, if he gets a loan, wherever it may be, that'll do good for him just to play at the very least. Because he's definitely someone you can get money for. The thing with Broja, he's not in the same camp as like the Chilwells and the Sterlings. It's a case of like, if he plays, like he's shown before, he showed at Southampton. People can say what they want about that, about how good it was. He showed he can be a good player. If he can get past the injury stuff, and if he can actually play football, you can get 15 million for him, maybe 20 million for him. But you just got to play, man.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna say, Lanre Sadiq, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Chris, you want to do me a favor and read that for me, please?
No, why? No. A detective like of Broja's career has been nothing short of sad. I believed he was going to be our Diego Costa, but the injury ruined him. He agrees with you, Marshall.
I never.
I don't know why you wanted me to read that.
Oh, sorry. By the way,
I don't recall saying that.
I want to rewind. I've just rewind.
Yeah.
I do apologize for interrupting. I'll rewind the conversation. Everything I said about Sterling to Everton, I'm going to take off the table because I've just seen they've just had a bit of a difficult time. Even they don't want him. Carry on.
Wait.
The problem that you've just got right now is Broja, bro. The only benefit of Broja, can I be honest, the benefit of Broja, he's made you money and he's still going to be pure profit. Now, obviously, the personal side of me is very sad for what's happened to him because, man, he's just been cucked, man. He's just been cucked, innit? Let's just keep it real, man. He's been cucked.
It's just injuries after injury, and ever since that first injury, just a whole like boom, 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 like domino effect of injuries. It's been bad because, listen, I think the Southampton loan was promising. He had a few good-looking games under Potter where I was thinking like, okay, there could be a player here. He's got that aggressiveness, similar to how like what we see from Jackson from time to time, where he was just pressing really well and he would dispossess the opponent and was very aggressive and helped them to get into like good positions to score. And it went away once he did his I think it was ACL, right? He did his ACL. Yeah, and then
that was a nasty injury.
Yeah, it was a nasty injury after the World Cup, and then the following season, I think what was it? He went on that that loan to Fulham after being recovered from the ACL, and it didn't work out at Fulham. Then the loan to Everton and another injury. I think it was like a hamstring injury this time. And plus on top of it just being shit. Yeah, it was not good. It's not good.
You mentioning the Fulham thing actually remind me. If we're going to loan him, like, because we're going to talk about another loanee later. Actually, we definitely will.
Okay.
Who I have reservations about the loan move in terms of.
Oh! I know what you're talking about. That one's after this one. Yeah.
You talking about the Fulham thing reminded me. If alone, everything I just said is even more important. Send him somewhere he's going to play. Do not send him to a club that has someone ahead of him. Like, for example, do not send him to Leeds if they're interested. They have 2 fucking strikers currently. Or at least 1 striker ahead of him, who played most games last week. He's not going to play ahead of him unless he does a madness, which, coming off the injuries he's had and the lack of confidence, I don't believe is going to happen. That's why I think Championship is probably best for him, or another league where it's like, you're going to be the starting striker because we've just lost our main guy.
Yeah.
Do not send him to a club that has 2 strikers ahead of him. Or even a striker ahead of him, because like we saw it with Fulham. They had 1 striker ahead of him, but their striker was someone who'd been with the squad the whole season at that point. Even though he'd been in and out of the team, he'd been with the whole squad. So he was the one the manager went to when Jimenez got injured. Now, we obviously couldn't foresee that striker would do a madness and start scoring all the time. But even so, it's just like, it's a little bit of common sense and a little fluff.
Yeah. Let's actually move.
Go ahead.
Hesitant on what?
I was going to say, I'm very hesitant when we send some of our players in EPL loans, bro, because it just never works out.
Yeah, I think a championship loan for him.
Has there been a successful? Really well. Has there actually been? Have we actually had a successful EPL loan yet for a player?
No.
But
you can kind of count.
That Fofana was a success. Kepa was a success.
Ugochukwu was kind of a success in some shape or form. He did well.
Yeah, Ugochukwu was a success in the second once he played.
Yeah. Who else?
That might be it. Like,
I can't think of another
one. Both the Brothers with L's. Santos L. Who else have we done? It's probably been more. I'm just blanking on them.
Yeah, I feel the
same. Sassy was an L.
Yeah, no, he that didn't help us out at all. He ended up just coming back.
Sterling was an L. Chilwell was an L. Petrovic we didn't loan.
Not to a Premier League.
Not to a Premier League team, sorry. Yeah. If anyone can think of any others that were W's, then like, let us know.
Kepa's the only one actually.
Kepa's been the
most successful like that Fofana was. It's just the same. It was for 6 months, and like they relegated, so they weren't going to buy him. Kepa's pretty much the only one. And like I said, it was you had to go to a club where it's like his mate was the manager, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Let's actually go on to another player that I thought was actually on the out and out, but it turns out he's probably not. And I would like to see what you guys feel about it. So let's actually talk about Badiashile. So, and this is the last topic before we get into the main event stuff. So smash up the like buttons if you haven't done so already, people in the chat. And if you're waiting for Hato and all that stuff, we're going to talk about that next. Enzo Maresca has made it clear that Benoit Badiashile is part of his project and that he is counting on him for the upcoming new season. Now, this was as of July 14th. I've been holding on to this for a while, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just get it out since news is a little slow outside of the here we goes. Badiashile, yes, I will always be at Chelsea next season. The club and the coach and all the staff give me a lot of confidence and believe in me. I will do everything to get them back on the ground. I love the club and the city and the fans. And then lastly here, there seems to be quite a bit of encouragement over the development of center back Benoit Badiashile, even though the fan base may not be so convinced.
Can let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, keep it a buck. Go ahead.
The reason why he's not getting sold is because he's injured right now. That's it, bro. This bro is injured.
What? That's not only why he's not getting sold.
Listen, he's getting sold.
Oh, a big reason though.
That's it.
How long?
Legit the reason. If he was not injured, bro, right now he's on the market, bro. I promise he's on the market right now. If he's
not, he's not though. He's not on them. Like I think he'd be if he wasn't injured, he would be available in terms of if someone bidded a good enough fee, they'd accept it. But they're not actively looking to sell him because then they need a replacement.
They have a replacement.
But then we get like
he's our only backup left-sided center back outside of Hato.
Yeah, but listen, the problem with him is that, bro, you can probably find better. You can find better than him. Even in the academy, you can find better than him. I promise you can find better than him in the academy.
Says
and this is a former Badiashile. This is a former super Badiashile fan.
Badiashile.
You know, listen, that's what I'm saying. Listen, TKL, they were briefing for months that Chalaba was for sale, and then now he's not.
They never said he wasn't for sale. They just said they wouldn't push him out. That's all they said. I'm just saying, you know.
I think it's the same. I think it's the same thing with like all of these guys, where it's like, if a good enough bid comes in, they will accept, but they're not actively trying to get rid of them because again, they would need replacements. Like they currently don't need to get a replacement at centre back. In fact, you could argue at right centre back they maybe have one too many options, but one of those options is injured until November, and he should be the one that leaves anyway.
Which is the option I think Lanre Sadiq is bringing up. Thank you again for the $1.99 super chat. What are your thoughts on the situation? You just
the moment you can sell him,
immediately sell him.
Yeah, immediately. Quick sell that. Immediately.
He's untradeable.
Yes, get rid of him.
Fuck you. If he's untradeable, fuck you, man.
We got him in the untradeable pack. Untradeable pack.
Untradeable.
No, when Boli took over the club, he got a bunch of untradeable golden packs. Bro. That's how we got all these.
We got the welcome club pack, bro. You got the contract extension. The money, bro.
Yeah, we're stuck with it. We're stuck with it.
Yeah, with the right centre back situation, we don't need one. If we sold Chalaba, we'd probably need a backup because we'd only have then Tosin and Fofana being injured. Unless they just believe Fofana has magically healed his knee or hamstring or ACL or Achilles, whatever fucking injury it is this time. And unless they think he's actually going to listen to Maresca this time when Maresca tells him you need to...
That's the biggest issue.
Because notice how every other person that was injured listened to Maresca and they're now back fit and contributing. The one person who didn't is injured till November again. But yeah, unless they believe he can contribute, then... They need to go and get someone. They need to go and get someone else.
But the thing is, Scott, it's all well and good saying Badiashile can contribute. This guy is also injured all the time now too. He's another injury.
No. But Badiashile's not injured anywhere near as much as Fofana. And the difference is,
if you actually look at him this season, if you actually look at the amount of time he's been injured, he's been injured for almost half a season this year.
He has been a lot. I don't know if it's the same amount, but let me look it up. I'll look it up.
Like,
also, Ahmed, there is a difference. One is the backup. One is when he's fit, meant to be a starter. That's the bigger issue. Like, I'm not keeping.
I get what you mean by that, but like, the point I'm trying to make is that it's not even available as a backup like for half a season.
No, he is though, because he is. His injury record this season has not been that bad. He's been out for a few times.
I got it right now. I'm pulling it up. I'm just gonna put it side by side. Scott, I think I was onto something. It's okay. So this one right here, I'm gonna share my screen right now. This one right here is, I believe, Benoit. It's definitely Benoit, actually. Look at it. This is Benoit. 15 days missing. 15 games missed last season. This one is fuck. Okay.
In total, because that's 15 games in totality. Because if that was just 15 league games, then yeah, fair enough. That's 15 games. So he's missing a core of the season.
15 games in totality, yeah.
We played like 60 something games, I think, or 60. Chelsea, so he's missing a core of the season. That's not that bad. Like, that's not that bad. The only annoying thing about that is it's a hamstring injury again, which he's had a few of. That's the annoying thing.
Well, but he just got surgery to fix that too.
My thing with the
that's what he did last season. I should mean. Go ahead.
Yeah, my
Sorry.
thing with the Badiashile thing is like, it's like I said, I'm not actively looking to push him out. I don't know what Armin's doing. I'm not actively looking to push him out. But if we get an offer of like 30 mil from a club, yes, I'll sell him. But it's like I said, you're then gonna have to replace him, and I'm not accepting some fucking 18-year-old to replace him.
Okay, 64 matches for Chelsea last
Yeah,
season.
cool. There
He
you go.
missed
So
15.
he missed a quarter of them.
Wesley Fofana.
Fucking hell, brother. He missed 36 games.
Yeah, actually, that's a lot more. Actually, that's doubled.
That's the whole Premier League season.
Yeah, he missed. Oh my god,
He missed the equivalent of a full Premier League season.
Yeah, never mind. This is clear worse.
From one injury, by the way, because the surgery was on the hamstring injury.
No, that's outrageous, bro. That's actually
Yeah,
outrageous.
he missed more than double what Badiashile.
Yeah,
So never mind.
exactly.
By the way,
Outrageous.
sorry to interrupt. He's coming back in November. Yeah, he's going to have missed nearly an entire year.
That's crazy.
He's going to have been out for nearly a year from a hamstring injury.
That is outrageous, man. That's actually outrageous, bro.
Bro, get rid of this guy. Get him out to the football club.
Yeah, I don't like that we're still considering him in the team, to be honest. Like, I do believe that when he is fit, he is our best center.
Holy shit! Sorry, bro. Just hang on.
It's crazy.
I don't know. Give it.
Hang on. Wait a second. 26, 40. That's 36. 20 was 20. That's 50. 52. Bro, he's missed more than 100 games for Chelsea through injury.
Also, Marshall,
Well,
I don't know if it's going to be true.
Potentially,
Anyway.
I don't. Obviously, they put France and they put France.
Marshall, do you know that KDH? God! Marshall, let me give you a nice little stat here. KDH has had more appearances than Fofana at Chelsea. That's a legit stat.
No way.
And he left us a lot
I
later.
promise you,
There is
that's
no
legit.
way.
That's legit, bro. I had to fact check myself.
Oh, that's
He's
sad.
legit had more appearances at Chelsea than both Fofana.
By the way, Marshall, I don't know if it's going to be true. Like,
Bro,
next season, like, if Colwell's going where he's going and getting Bella, I don't know if that's going to be true. Because Colwell's going to that level as well, I think.
Okay, this has to be right? This is 34 games for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Right? God, he's played more. He's been injured more than he's played for Chelsea. That's so fucking insane.
See, I was gonna say he's no Marshall. Let me rewind.
Bro, in the 3 seasons he's been here, he's not even completed a Premier League season.
Marshall. Rewind. Hang on. Rewind. He's been injured more. He's been injured for more games this season alone than he's played in his entire time at Chelsea. Forget.
Oh my god, bro.
He's missed 36 games. He's played 34 in 3 years or 4 years. You spell it wrong. It's IE. Bro, that guy's washed.
Okay.
Stats.
What did we say? 30, the 32 was there? 34?
34.
Holy shit, dude. He's actually played more minutes than fucking. He's made more appearances for Chelsea than Fofana in once. That's insane. That's fucking insane.
That was a son of a offense, bro. Just your plays badly.
18, 16?
Yeah, he's a
I want to see the minutes now.
Oh,
I mean, I'm sure it's not as
No,
good.
Fofana's more minutes.
Played more minutes. Fofana's
Yeah.
played more minutes, but in terms of actual appearances, because like he was starting basically all the
It's not
time.
really like crazy
That's
amount much
disgusting, bro.
more.
Oh, yeah, man. What a messy dude.
Bro, he's missed. He. By the time he comes back from injury, he's going to be in single-digit figures. By the way, in terms of games he's missed and the difference between the amount of appearances he made at Leicester.
That's so fucking wild to me.
He's nearly missed more games in the last year and a bit for Chelsea than he played for Leicester. Yeah. Get him out the club.
But you know what's crazy to me, and you know what? This is where I have sympathy for Nkunku. The club doesn't seem to have that. The club doesn't have that type of sympathy for Nkunku, but they seem, for whatever reason, to have it for Fofana. And Fofana is clearly.
I don't know if it's sympathy for Fofana. It's more a case of like, you can't set like. Who's buying him currently in his current state?
That's another
like,
one too, yeah.
The issue Fofana's got is a couple things. Where you've got all the club's got with Fofana, not the issue Fofana's got. He's got many issues currently. a working hamstring is one of them. The issue the club has with Fofana, in my mind, is that you have to play him to show what he can do and to show he can stay fit, but he can't stay fit more than about a week without tearing something new, and then he's out for a whole year. And ultimately, like Axe makes a fair point as well. When he did play, he was better than Nkunku has ever played for this football club in their respective positions. So there's that as well. He at least has a tiny track record to go off. Where Nkunku, there was nothing. He performed in one game under Poch, then got injured again. He performed in a couple of games under Maresca, and then was shit the rest of the time, up until the Club World Cup. So it's like there's just nothing to go off. And so, yeah, so I think, to be honest, depending on how Tosin performs this season, if Tosin is the locked-in starter next to what's it called? If Tosin is the locked-in starter next to Colwell, and he performs to a level where we're challenging, I think that spells the end for Fofana's career at Chelsea. Especially if he comes back and again gets another injury. Because this like what we saw there, I know we were taking a piss, but in all seriousness, that's disgraceful. Like, you're 24, I think. You're 24, and you can't, like, you've had 8 knee injuries. You've had, I think, 3 or 4 hamstring injuries. You've missed 1 whole year of football because of that hamstring injury. The last knee injury, I think it said there, he missed like 60 games or 50-something games from his last knee injury. That's, bro, your legs are cooked. Like,
yeah.
Can I just say, Rico, why are you blaming me for all these French clubs? I told the streets about Badiashile, and he was actually, Badiashile is an FM legend. I'm actually disappointed that he's playing at the club. Fofana, I did not want at the club. I was actually one of the few people that no, he's injury prone. Why are we buying him? Okay, there's many people that have not wanted this club. Disasi, I didn't mind because I always said Disasi was going to be. I always saw Disasi as a backup. I never saw him as a starter. Right?
You cook much at home? Yeah, I cook very well.
So listen, Gusto was Gusto's elite. Gusto's elite. So listen, I was right about what 2 out of the 4, all 4 of them. Sorry, I should say. I wanted one not to come. He sadly came, and I was right about him. The other one was a backup. Now we're saying that backup because we don't need him anymore. One of them's failed me, and the other one is thriving at the club.
Wait, who's failed you? Sorry.
But
hang on, who's thriving?
This is Sparrow, man. He's Sparrow, man. He's back to eating good.
Okay.
He's back to eating good, man. I'm happy.
Oh,
I mean,
brother, this guy stinks!
Oh my god.
I thought this guy was trying to sneak in a little Badiashile prop. Not Badiashile, this prop.
Oh, man. Listen, this assassination.
You know, by the way, sorry. By the way, I don't know if we're talking about Disasi. You know that Saudi club, you know, we talk about Neom? Even they didn't want him. They signed someone else.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Sassy today. That's his
Bro,
best.
they just went inside. They just went and signed some other young centre back from They went and signed some other young centre back from, I think, France or from another French team.
But let me tell you this right now, boys. Let me tell you this right now, boys. Yeah, I promise you one thing for sure: the Sarsi for 30M will happen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's on. Listen, on my left testicle, the Sarsi will happen.
Easy.
The Sarsi to
It's an
who?
easy left testicle right there.
You only need one to have kids. But
Sorry, where's the Sarsi going?
He said for 30 million this summer. It's the
So
Sassy
where?
going. He's betting his left
Where?
testicle. That's an easy left testicle. I'm just saying.
So
people.
where? Chop it off now, bro.
Easy left testicle right there, boys. What happened last season? You had to give up your manhood or something like that. Remember, he did some stupid bet. He lost, and he had to give up his manhood or some shit.
no, I think it was that.
Ridiculous.
Because
Man. You can't
I will never
bet male
I think
genitalia on these things, bro. It's not guaranteed.
I made a joke like, listen, yeah, I bet, yeah, on my ability to have kids that we would not make top 4. I think that's what it was.
Oh yeah.
Remember? That's who made top
Hey,
4.
you should have chopped your nuts off right there, then and there, when Nottingham Forest scored, when that.
That is wild. That is wild. But yeah, in terms of Fofana, like it's such a fucking shame because like Scott said, like everyone here on the panel said, like it's one of those cases like he is good when he's fit, and I do think he is our best center back when fit. The problem is you can't get him fit. And I don't even want to compare him to Reece James because at least Reece, like you could tell with Reece, it was okay,
Reece
it's
is
team management. He was injury prone, but it was
injury.
like load management, right? It was the position he was playing, how
Yeah, that was
often
it
he was
for
getting
Reece.
run to the ground. What's up?
The problem with Reece
That
is that it was the same
Yeah,
injury.
that was the reason, like load management in terms of how much he was playing. Like, so many times he was asked to play like 90 minutes straight away, and it was like, whereas Fofana, like this brother's like not. He just gets injured breathing. Like it was everything.
Yeah.
The problem with Fofana in general is that he's getting injured everywhere, bro. He's getting injured in his knees, in his thighs,
body's falling
his
apart.
legs. Bro, his legs are just like there's something wrong with his legs, bro. You know what I mean? He might as well just be on crutches at this point. I'll be honest. Let's go on crutches or something like that. Because
No, but there's
fucking
genuinely
like-
people that like I don't know if it's okay. This is the best example I can think of, but like there people who are tall, like basketball players or
Yeah, I know
whatever,
what you mean, yes.
they complain about like many aches and pains and injuries and stuff because it's just not natural. I'm not saying Fofana is like, oh, he's tall and that's why. Like, I'm just saying some people are just born with a body that it breaks
But
apart.
you know,
Like
but
they're
you know, for
athletes,
big man,
but
you know, for
Yeah.
big man, for big man players from the NBA, they complain about their feet. They're very prone to feet injuries, bro.
yeah.
His thing is not just feet injuries, bro. He's getting
Yeah.
ankle. He's getting.
But what I'm
hamstring.
alluding to is just like
getting
he's
thigh.
athletic, but his body
Yes.
is so fucked up that everything is getting fucked up as a result. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like,
He shouldn't
yeah,
be.
what I'm
Listen,
saying is
then,
he's got a
you
weird
know,
build.
time to something,
probably.
innit? If that's the case, man,
Just
it's
unlucky.
time to celebrate.
Yeah, I agree. I
Time to
would.
sell, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't keep a Scooby Doo if you're hurt or not at this point, bro. You're
Yeah.
my guy, but we shouldn't have brought you in the first place, bro. You know what I mean? Availability is the best ability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was
I
gonna make
mean,
another window joke, but then I just.
I like how we started this
That's-
topic on talking about Badiashile, and then we're now on Fofana.
There's
Well,
nothing
I
to say
mean-
about Badiashile, man. You know, he's here to stay. He's here to stay.
well, it's because we were comparing the injuries and we realized that it's not even close. But
and
yeah, with Badiashile,
Badiashile,
I don't know with Badiashile, to be honest. Like, I've not seen enough for me to believe that he's gonna go back to being the Badiashile we saw in January under Graham Potter. You know, like that was a convincing Badiashile. I've just not seen that player since. We've had glimpses, but it's just I don't know. I'm willing to sell him, but like I understand also not having a backup. If we get a backup left center back, I sell him. That's my stance on that. Shall we move on to Guiu?
Sure.
All right, cool.
My knee, well, hold that C-neck, innit, mate? Get shorter, mate. You know what I mean? Short kids don't have these knee injuries. Hold
Ladies
that.
and gents, smash up
No,
the
we
like
do.
button
No, we
if you
I'll be honest,
smash
mate.
up the
As a
like
5'10"
button if you
as a
haven't done
5'10"
so already.
As a 5'10" man, myself,
We're gonna
I
move
have
on
phantom.
to Guiu.
I have phantom pain in my knee, so
All right,
that's it.
there you go. Guiu, here we go, ladies and gents. The Bamba. It is alone, ladies and gents. So let's go ahead and share the screen. I thought I had it shared, but I'm going to share it again. And here we go. So first tweet here from Sky Sports Keith. Exclusive. Sunderland are in talks with Chelsea to sign Mark Guiu. The 19-year-old striker is available on loan. And then literally 24 hours later, we get the Bumba. Exclusive. Sunderland agreed deal to sign Mark Guiu on loan from Chelsea. Here we go. Deal in place for straight loan, no buy option clause, as Guiu remains part of the Chelsea long-term plan. Salary covered by Sunderland, as he'll be an important striker for Lebre's plans. Is it Lebre the manager?
yeah, Labre's
Yes.
I don't know. Sunderland will cover Mark Guiu's full salary. Let me just go back to this one. I would have preferred the loan to Ipswich, but that's just speaking out of ignorance because I don't know what the striker situation is for Sunderland. Scott, you can talk to me about it because I think you know more than most of us.
Yeah, they have 4 strikers currently.
Oh, fuck.
Well, Let me find their team. Shit, I've lost their team. Give me a second.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say.
They have 2 guaranteed.
Okay.
Because they play a 4-4-2 is the thing. Well, they were last season. I don't know if they're going to again this season. I'm just assuming. Is he going to play? Did he play last season? No, he was on loan. Hold on a second. They might have more. They've got more than 4. Actually, fucking hell, they've got like 6. Hold on a second. 1,
6 strikers?
2, 3, 4.
What the fuck? Why did we send this guy here?
Is he a striker? Is he a winger?
Let me look up Sunderland. I'll look up the team. And
So they've got.
so
So the guys that started, basically, the guys that started for them in the final were Mayenda and Isidore. Those are the 2 guys they've got. Those are the 2 starters. They've also got Semedo, a guy called Semedo, who was on loan last season at Juve. They're like under like their next gen team. He's technically a striker. I don't know if he's going to play. They've got a guy called Mundell. I think he's a striker. No, he's a winger. Never mind. Take him out. They've got a guy called Ruzin, who's a striker, but he went out on loan last season. So like they've got a few.
yeah, I got it on the screen.
They're in a similar position of like what's it called? I'm trying to think. Like they've got a lot of players in certain positions, but obviously where they've signed a lot of players, like guys are going to leave. I just don't know who is leaving yet. So like Isidore and Mayenda are there. Those are the guys that were playing most of last season up front. Those are 2 players. He has to beat out one of them, basically. If they've been playing at 4-3-3 in preseason, that's bad news because then he's got to beat out probably Isidore. Probably. Good luck. The others I'm unsure about. So there's like at least 2 strikers he has to beat out. There's like another 2, I think. But they might not play. So yeah, like this is what I was talking about earlier with Broderick. I'm skeptical about this for a couple of reasons. Number one is the same issue that Santos had. It's kind of similar to the Santos thing for 2 reasons. Number one is the positionally speaking.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You're sending him to a team. Actually, there's 3 things. 2 of them are kind of linked. You're sending him to a team who's similar to Forest, just on a much smaller scale. Not smaller. Actually, it's smaller, but Forest went mental. Are buying a lot of players.
Forest go crazy.
They are buying a lot of players. There's going to be a lot of turnover. So the squad's all up in the air, which could be positive, could be negative. As we just discussed, there are strikers ahead of him, at least 2, maybe more, probably not. And then the third thing is, he's 18. If shit hits the fan next season, Lebris is going for Isidore because he's 24. He's going to go for Mayenda because even though he's 20, he had him last season for a whole season. He knows what he's capable of. They're not playing. If they're in a relegation scrap, they're not playing an 18. Unless he is on fire, they're not playing an 18-year-old who's on loan. Unless the plan is to sign him the season after, which, like, I guess they could, but if they can relegate, I don't really see much point. Unless you think that Isidore and Mayenda are then going to leave. Like, there's just a lot of variables, and like obviously I want him to do well, and I'm hoping this goes really well. This has a whiff of the Santos loan about it, unfortunately.
I see where you're coming from because, to be fair, that was that same window where Nottingham Forest were buying a fuck ton of players, and they had a bloated squad. And Sunderland are kind of doing a very, very similar thing. And then on top of that, they have players coming. They have players coming back from loans and stuff. They bought players. They have players coming back from loans. I don't know in terms of transfers. Have they sold? They sold.
They have currently.
Okay, so these are departures. I see the departures.
This is on Wikipedia. In their main squad, 38 players.
Yeah, that's a lot. I remember Nottingham Forest had like 40, 44, 41.
They bought Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest bought.
Nottingham Forest bought 30-something players across 2 windows. Like, stupid.
Christ.
But like, some of these guys will leave 100%, just in terms of Sunderland in general. But yeah, just on that striker situation, it's going to be tough, and it's going to be even worse if what Axe said's true. Like, the hope for me is like, okay, they're playing 4-4-2. Maybe he doesn't start, but he's first guy up off the bench. If they're playing a 4-3-3, he might not even be first guy up off the bench.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like it's a very good loan. I mean, who knows? I mean, do you think, based off of what you've seen of Sunderland, do you reckon Guiu has a good chance, even with some of these strikers coming back, Guiu has a good chance to be better than them, or?
It's just about potentially in terms of ability. Like, I didn't watch too much of Sunderland last season. I watched the couple of the playoff games. The very limited. I'll say that now. Very limited. What I saw, Isidore looks decent. Mayenda got a goal against Coventry. I know that. I don't remember him. Was it him that scored in the? No, it wasn't him. It was Tommy Watson that scored. No, actually, he might have scored. I think Mayenda might have scored in the final as well, but I don't remember. But he's got a couple goals, but I don't really remember him that much. He just needs to play. But he might be better than them. But like Santos was better than a couple of the guys that was at Forest, but he just couldn't play because their manager was not trusting an 18-year-old kid over the five other midfielders that they had, who were all older than him when they're in a relegation scrap. Like, managers don't do that. You saw with Frank when he wasn't in a relegation scrap with us, but shit was hitting the fan. He decided to go for experience. The experience he cast out, he then brought back because we were doing shit. And ultimately, when you're doing shit, you need that experience to try and like help you through the shitness. So if shit hits the fan with them, he was not playing again unless he's just performing. So we've got to hope for a good season for Sunderland, and then probably he has a chance to play. But on the flip side, if they're having a good season because their striker is scoring, he's then not playing. So it's just a bit of a catch-22. Like I said, it's just. He just has to play. As long as he plays, I don't care. Ultimately, that's the most important thing. And I'd love to, for everything I say on this stream, I'd love to be eating my words come like a few games into the season. I just don't know how it's going to go currently. And for me, I've got a bit of worry.
By the way, because someone said Fab tweet and I don't see the fucking thing. But an hour ago, we just got a notice that your boy Paulinho is now going on loan to Tottenham.
30 million buy offer as well.
Not a bad.
I wonder how that's
going
to go. I wonder that's another team that like
Tottenham are building a little cheeky team.
They've got 15 midfielders. I wonder if someone's getting sold.
I could definitely see someone getting sold in that team.
Who gets sold? Tottenham's not good at selling, so
No,
I wouldn't
not
really.
either.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking like. Because like, if I'm looking at their team, if it's Paulinho starting, if it's let's say Sarr, and let's say Maddison when fit, what's Basuma doing? What's Gray doing? Like that's someone you spent 40 million on.
Wait,
Like, what's Bergvall doing? He was
on
good
both
last year.
together, yeah.
It's just a bit weird.
I mean, did Basuma really do a lot for Tottenham? Like when he
No,
joined?
but then they got to sell him. But like Ahmed said, they're not great sellers.
No, they need to learn.
But to be fair, they didn't really
Yeah.
sign him for a lot. I think they signed him for like 20 mil, maybe 30.
No, they didn't sign Basuma for that much. I remember we was looking at him, but then he had that allegation thing, and then we like kind of backed away, if you remember. Yeah. So and then Tottenham went for him and got him.
Sorry, mate. Who had an allegation that I'm not aware of?
We dodged a
He
bullet
had
to be fair.
sexual assault allegation.
Oh, you mean Basuma? Sorry, my
Like-
apologies.
Yeah.
Wrong
Yeah,
lad. My
Basuma.
apologies, boys. Yeah.
I think I was talking about.
I forgot what the allegation was actually, but like
It was-
I didn't even know
um,
that. I thought it was
it was
just the
sexual
balloon
assault.
stuff.
No, it was
Jesus
he had a
Christ.
sexual assault thing as
that
well.
was it.
It got disproven.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it got disproven or something like.
Hmm.
Chelsea backed away.
Yeah, I'm glad we did. Okay, let's actually, since we're done talking about Guiu, I mean, I don't know if there's anything else to say. I hope he does well on that loan. I will keep an eye on Sunderland. Yeah, I thought he was.
Like the
I thought he was
Conference League,
good.
I believed he could have been top scorer of the Conference League if he didn't get injured. I don't know how far he was.
He
scored
had some really
6
good performances in
7
Conference League.
games, I think, and
He scored a fucking hat trick in one of those games.
did he score a hat
Did he
trick?
finish his top? I think he did finish his top
Yeah.
goal scorer, didn't he?
Wait, did he actually?
Let me look that up real quick.
No,
Top
he didn't.
goal scorer.
Well, I always remember that game. He hasn't really played much in the Premier League, but like that game, he what's it called?
Oh no, he didn't. He was one goal off.
See, that's what I mean. If he wasn't injured, he would have been top scorer, I think. Like, no doubt.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, he was 2 goals off. He got 6. Bakambu, who
Yeah, he got
played for
6 and 7.
Betis,
Yeah.
got 7, and then there was a guy who got 8. But brother, let me.
This must be
Sorry,
last season. I got the wrong
this is
season
a
up.
tangent.
I
apologize.
believe he
I
would
just
at least
seen-
got 8.
It's fine.
Hold on a second.
What'd you find?
Mark Guiu got 6 goals in 287 minutes.
Mm-hmm. That's
The
good.
2 guys ahead of him,
That's actually pretty
2
good.
guys ahead of him, it's especially good when you consider Cedric Bakambu got 7 in 1,015,
Jesus.
and the guy above him got 8 in 1,005.
Remember, we only purchased Guiu for like what, 5 million euros?
5 mil, yeah. Like,
Yes,
that's
it's-
cheap.
Bro,
I
if
believe
we'd
we
have
can
played him
stamp
up
like
front,
30,
I
40
tell you what,
million
if we'd
in
have
future.
played him up front for the whole
Easily.
Conference League, he probably gets double digits.
Dude, I think we made our money back on Guiu with this loan alone. I think
Oh,
probably.
yeah,
He
like,
said-
I
did he
we
mention a
bought
fee, by
5
the
mil,
way?
so,
Sorry,
like,
did he mention
I
a
didn't.
fee?
They didn't mention a fee, but I can only imagine it's close.
probably like 2-3 mil, maybe.
Yeah, something decent, a good chunk of change.
I think I honestly think he might do like
Oh my God,
decent
sorry, I've
at
just seen
Arsenal,
the
by the way.
season.
What else you see?
Sorry.
I have that feeling he might do decent. Like he'd probably go
I
like
think so too.
maybe.
He has to play though,
It
and I hope he
depends.
does.
Yeah, because I don't want to do a prediction like he might if he's like a main star, I can see him scoring like 10 or something.
hmm What's good is he's super aggressive. Like
He is very
he reminds me a lot of like Brozier, what I saw in Brozier when Brozier
Okay,
came
yeah.
into the team the first time.
Not Diego Costa.
Oh, Brody Glaze every day.
All
mate.
right.
Can we just give up the Brody Glaze, mate?
We move. We give up. We give up because now it's time to glaze.
I'm fast.
Okay.
I do the technique. You know what I mean?
Cucurella?
Yeah, man. Is he for sale?
Is he?
Let's find
Yes.
out.
News to me that is.
No, he's not. That's the long and short of it.
I know
ladies and
Chelsea won't put him for sale, but like who's trying to buy him?
gentlemen. So just to
I'm trying to
clarify,
You're trying to
This
purchase
guy.
Cucurella.
Ben
Now you play FIFA.
Jacobs.
Is that what you're purchasing him for?
Ben Jacobs and Talksport reporting here. Chelsea were not entertained any offers from Marc Cucurella. Breaking: Chelsea plan to offer new contract to Marc Cucurella. He is key part of the long-term project, according to Fabrizio Romano. Which, for those of you who do not know, Cucurella is currently 27. He just turned 27. He has 2 years left to his deal, I believe, or to his contract.
Really?
So it was kind of up in the air. Like, are they gonna sign him onto another contract, or are they gonna let it run out? Like, what do they do? Because this is the first situation where we run into this. Like, okay, we have a good player. He's running down his contract. He's at 27, so he still has some time left on his.
He has.
you
I
know,
think at least 3 years
in his career. What do you do in this situation? And it's going to be interesting to see what they actually give him in terms of a contract offer, because he is on that old salary. He's on.
What's he
Let
on?
me see.
I feel like he
Cucurella.
should be on like 150 at minimum, like
Minimum.
maybe like 180 or something. Like he's one
Let me
of
look
our top
it up.
players, I think, right now.
175 pound.
Wait, 175k.
Mm-hmm.
Boost him to 200k then, or something like that.
I could see him getting 200k.
Like he is, like this could be his last contract, so maybe like boost him at 200k or something, and he definitely deserves a pay rise because he's done well. For,
Does he have 3 years left? Let me see. He's 26-year-old and will earn an estimated base salary of 91 million pounds. No, sorry, 9,100,000 pounds. But I thought it said it right here. How many years? Oh, it has 3 years. 3 years. And okay, got it. Okay, so he has 3 years left on his contract. Fair enough.
I'll still try to boost it for like another 2 years or something.
So give him a new 5-year contract, essentially.
Well, yeah, up to 5 years. Like,
Mm-hmm.
say someone comes. in the
What do you
future-
guys think about this? How do you approach this? We'll go to Ahmed last
do you
because
mean?
Ahmed has the agenda.
I would just send my approach basically like, give him
He's
that raise.
27,
Yeah.
has 3 years left on his contract.
I would
Do you give him a new long
I-
term?
What do you mean long term? Like what? Another 4 or 5 years? No, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't know. Like I wouldn't sign a 5-year deal like on a 27-year-old. I'd give it 2 to 3 years, like probably tops. And it's still a long time. 6 years, 5 years. That's still a long time. He's 27, so and give him that pay rise, like 200k or something, because he's definitely been a top 3 player this
I
season.
agree.
He's been quite good. He was good on the potch as well. and he's been amazing under Enzo Maresca as well. So, yeah, that's my plan B for him. I'd want to keep him. He's one of the best left backs in the world, if not best. Like he's up
He's
there with
the
Mendy.
best left back in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people don't want to accept that.
No, I'll be a bit modest. Like, he's up there with Mendy. Like, you know.
No, he.
I literally,
But fair,
sat on a stream the other day.
Not Mendy,
and
Mendes,
was gaslit. People attempted to gaslight me into believing that Aït-Nouri was the best left back last season.
Really? Nah, they
I know he wasn't. I know he wasn't
He's
even
good.
top 5.
Yeah,
thought he was-
and then
I
the
thought
other
he
one
was
was Kirkes. So Aït-Nouri and Kirkes apparently better than
Robson over him
Cucurella.
as well. I
I
just saw that.
Kirkes was number 2. Robinson was number 3. Cucurella was the best left back in the league.
I agree.
But like, we have literally
People
like,
wanna hear it.
okay, like no one really rates our defenders, right, except for maybe Reece James or something like. But we literally had the third best defense in the league with Sanchez behind him, creating the most errors.
I have to
goal.
remind these rivals this.
Like
this
I
stuff. They
don't know. I have to tell like United fans and all that as well, like who I know, and it just we have Cucurella and Reece James are like 2 world-class fullbacks, and then Colwell, who is a solid centre back, and Fofana, who's always injured, as we just like literally discussed. He's barely here. So like these 2 fullbacks and the goals and assists like Cucurella can do as well. He can do it all. Like,
Yeah.
the guy is clutch as well for Chelsea.
Yeah. Scott, what do you do with the contract situation with Cucurella? 3 years left on his contract right now.
Give him a 2-year extension.
Okay, so you agree with Chris pretty much,
Yes,
and probably 200K because he's been just phenomenal.
Yeah. obviously.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're gonna give me a troll answer or a serious one, but I'll give you the floor on this one. What do you do
Might
with
as well
Cucurella's
give the troll
situation? Might as well.
It's quite simple. You probably, if you're going to extend them, I see a maximum 2-year extension. So that
So you guys, we all agree.
I wanted
across
12.
the board.
it has to be a max 2-year extension where he obviously increases price of money. But I think Cucurella, in my personal opinion, at the level he's playing at, he's got a max 2 years because of how much he has to cover ground and stuff like that. I think he's only got another max 2 years left in him.
Matt,
Well, let's actually take this moment to transition into the next topic because this is going to play a factor. And ladies and gents, this is what most of you probably are here for. Smash up the like button because we're going to move on to the pay-per-view of today's topics, and that's going to be Hato. Here we go. So first off, starting with this tweet, we'll build up the story because this Hato saga has been going on for a very long time, almost as long as the Namek saga. So Chelsea and Ajax will again be in direct contact from the start of the new week for Jarell Hato deal. It's clear the player only wants Chelsea. Talks underway, and this is from July 27th, so 4 days ago. Ornstein also confirming that this is actually legitimate now. Chelsea closing in on a deal to sign Jarell Hato from Ajax. Agreement between Ajax and Chelsea yet to be reached, but getting near compromise expected in coming days on price above 40 million euros. Personal terms in place for the 19-year-old Netherlands defender. We continue on. Fabrizio reporting on Xavi as well on this one. Chelsea maintained total confidence to sign both Jarell Hato and Xavi Simons. Negotiations continuing this week with Ajax after total agreement with Hato last week. Deal close. Xavi Simons wants Chelsea, and talks with Red Bull Leipzig on the fee and structure of the deal are still ongoing. The 28th of July, we have reports here from Mike Vervage, I think. Chelsea's first bid for Jarell Hato is 40 million euro, but Ajax won 55 to 60 million euro. The expectation is both clubs will reach an agreement somewhere in the middle. It's said that 50 million euros is also a fantastic amount. Fabrizio Romano reporting here that Chelsea are prepared to get Hato deal done in the next days or even hours. It's advancing the final stages. Hato believes in Chelsea project and to become a superstar at Chelsea and on a very long-term contract. We also have here Mike Vervage, another journalist that's been heavily involved in this saga. Ajax are in a dilemma. Chelsea does not offer above 35.4 million pounds for
His
Hato.
name is Mike Virtuel, by the way. It's Virtuel.
Virtuel?
Yes, I know that
Okay.
it's the way he's just spelled in. I forgot what language they use, mate.
It's a tough one. It's the toughest one I've had yet. Virtuel. Anyways, Hato, which Ajax do not want to accept, but which other club can Ajax guarantee bids of this amount later on? I think it's a good point. Chelsea aim to close deal for Ajax defender Jarell Hato for around £35 million. Telegraph Sport understands Chelsea predominantly view Hato as providing depth and competition at left back for Marc Cucurella. Jarell Hato has informed Arsenal and Liverpool that he has decided to join Chelsea. Ben Jacobs reporting that Chelsea are close to an agreement in principle with Ajax for Jarell Hato. Chelsea believe prospective new signing Jarell Hato can ease some of the burden on Marc Cucurella, according to Matt Law. Fabrizio Romano, the deal for Jarell Hato at the final stages. The player is ready to sign a long-term contract at Chelsea with the two clubs close to a full agreement. Ornstein again reporting Chelsea reached a total agreement with Ajax to sign Jarell Hato, subject to Ajax supervisory board approval. Fee above 40 million euros plus sell-on, pending green light. 19-year-old defender to travel to London for medical and join TFC until 2032. So essentially a 7-year contract. And here we have the Fabrizio. Here we go. And I pressed the wrong button. Now I'm upset at myself. Anyways, breaking. Jarell Hato, Chelsea. Here we go. What's up?
I'm out for a minute. What would we be doing? Ding the money thing, because this is not about if you get someone, should not be ding like correct. Because like the money thing doesn't make sense.
Because the deal was struck.
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
There's money involved.
Perspective is, yeah, but I don't really think ding is the right thing for this one. I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of a bargain, though, don't you think? Well, we'll discuss. But I think it's a bargain. That's kind of why I'm doing the.
I agree with that, but money.
Deal in place for Ajax for a fee in excess of 40 million pounds or 40 million euros.
I don't know if it's a bargain. I'd say it's probably about right for this kind of player.
Okay.
Yeah, like 19-year-old Eredivisie, like. People can say what they want, but people have the same reservations about the Portuguese league. Can have the same reservations about the Eredivisie, especially like this isn't Ajax of old. Like this is not the Ajax of old. So like I'd say that's probably about right, to be honest, for a backup left back.
They wanted close to 70 million euros.
Yeah, but that was stupid. I understand that because he's the next person out of that. Like he's the next big guy out of their academy. They obviously had a few here and there, but he's the next big guy out of their academy. So like I understand why they wanted that, but this is probably about the fee you would expect. I think this is about the fee that was brought up like at the start of the window, or like when Arsenal were interested as well. So I think that makes sense. I don't think it's a bargain, but it's also we're not got ripped off. Like I don't feel like I did after the Gittins thing, you know. I feel like this is kind of about where I expected to get it, and feel pretty good like about the fee. And yeah, like I said, I don't think it's a bargain. Like if we'd have signed it for 20 mil, yeah, cool, we can say that's a bargain. 40 mil.
Real quick, I think this is true. I questioned it. I actually think it's true. I don't know though.
Stop trolling, bro. Please stop it, bro.
I asked my best friend Korean Timber for advice, and he told me I want to win trophy.
It's true. Chelsea. I heard, but I'm not.
Yeah, let's stop the trolling.
Is that actually true though?
This isn't actually Fabrizio Romano. I know that.
This is called Just Bizarre Football.
This is
literally
No. I just heard people say it's true, but I haven't heard them say it, so I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, but it would be fucking hilarious if it was true.
I can't imagine him saying that. That just that'd be suicide. Like he's an Arsenal player, so I just. Unless Hato's trolling or something I don't know already.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I genuinely cannot.
It's like, is he trolling? That's what I'm thinking. Like, he might be trolling.
All right, get the fuck out. Now I see RSM's trolling, bro. Fuck out.
Okay. I didn't see no clip of it, so I just can't imagine it.
You know, RSM, just for your trolling, bro. I'm just gonna, hold that 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Wow.
Hold that 10-second ban, bro.
Ahmed does less and gets worse.
Ahmed's built up a history. Ahmed
does less, to get kicked off, man, and he gets 10 seconds.
I've not even said anything recently, man, to be honest, man. Yeah, maybe I should start spicing up, baby.
Yeah. Oh my days. In terms of this one, this might be my favorite signing of this window. just simply because it was such a necessary. Okay, let me explain. It's a super necessary signing we needed. Like, we've been dying for a backup for Cucurella, and we're lucky that we got away with it for as long as we did. I like the amount that he's played. I like that he's versatile between left center back and left back. I think he also can shoehorn into the midfield a bit, so he kind of does the same.
I mean, that
role
would work on left back, wouldn't it? Like, you'd be going to midfield, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna easily transition. Also, under Cucurella's wing, he's gonna easily transition to the inverting role as well. He's got experience. He's got leadership abilities. Like, and for the price that we get, like, we're not paying an arm and a leg for the guy. I think, like what Scott said, I think it's a very relatively fair price. I like this signing a lot, and I've been wanting this signing since it was first, even linked, because it's just so necessary. Do I rate the player himself? I mean, he's 19. Like, there's not much to say. Like, oh, this player is going to be like world class. Like, I don't know, right? But this is. I haven't watched him enough to even have that kind of opinion.
Single game of him.
But I do think we very much need this signing. It was a signing that a lot of players, unlike what PYS will tell you, other clubs were in for him, like Arsenal, and I think Liverpool were in for him as well, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he does seem to be rated by clubs and even.
Say that one more time without mumbling.
I said he seems to be like rated by other clubs, and like even people who's watched now.
Leave Crispy, man.
I was leaning back. I don't know if I affected it.
You know what I mean?
I feel like every time I lean back and talk, it does that.
You don't know how microphones work, do you?
What?
I didn't hear.
Oh, he doesn't know how microphones work.
I said, you man don't know how microphones work, do you?
No, you like Chris is having a power of life.
Oh yeah, Ahmed
I'm the only one that doesn't have any issues with their microphone and RSM, to be fair, because you Ahmed, you lean back all the time. And
but I don't get it because my mic is on my mouth. But
you forget to listen. To be honest,
no,
that's your biggest issue. You just close your ears out sometimes.
No,
when in the middle of the conversation, like, wait, what happened? And then for whatever reason, Scott's internet likes to come in and out.
Yeah, mine.
Who's saying Yildiz to Chelsea, by the way?
Wait, what?
I am going to talk about Yildiz in another topic, so we can
go
for
that
one.
I just saw someone say there's a conspiracy theory going on where Yildiz to Chelsea is coming.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about that one. But I like the signing a lot. What do you guys think, Jarrell Hato, man? And we were just talking about Cucurella having a play. I think Ahmed mentioned that Cucurella not giving him more than 2 years based off of the fact that he plays so much as it is. I mean, with Jarrell Hato in the books now, how do we feel about that take from Ahmed? I mean, I think we can. I think I would still do the plus 2 year extension, but I feel like we can get the best out of Cucurella even in those 5 years.
100%, because I think the thing as well is, like, RSM said it, and I think this goes back to the conversation. That was the hypothetical we had yesterday, or not yesterday, whenever it was from whoever it was from. I can't remember.
RSM, are you kidding me?
He's gonna interesting. He's in a position where, like, he doesn't have to come in and hit immediately, or even perform straight away. He doesn't have to have pressure of starting week on week because we've got Cucurella. Like. Because that's what I don't want. I didn't want to be in a position where he's got to come, like, say, like, someone like this has to come in and they've got to start immediately to replace Cucurella, which you can't do, I'll be honest, like, unless you're performing to best left back in the world levels, which I don't think he would, and I wouldn't expect him to hit immediately. And you've already got to play, like, with the rest of what is outside of Tosin, a really young defense.
Who's Tosin, man?
So this guy, man. So yeah, so I think having Cucurella here helps as well, because him being 7, he can help. Like, he can teach him, he can, like, learn. And I think it's gonna put us in good stead of when Cucurella eventually leaves, whenever that may be. You've got a guy in Hato who can step up and take his place. So, like, it's good planning. Like, we haven't, outside of this window has actually been an anomaly in terms of these guys and their planning. Like, fair play to them.
I mean, I'm gonna wait until the end, but yeah.
I still think it's been good outside of, like, obviously it's not perfect, but I still think it's good outside of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think it's been a really positive window so far in terms of actual team building. Like, you haven't even the left wing situation, which I think we didn't really touch on too much in terms of like the Simmons thing. Signing Simmons doesn't preclude you from then getting Quenda and it being like, okay, we have to now sell someone, because Simmons can just slot into the backup behind Palmer solely and doesn't have to play on the left wing. It's not like a situation where you say you sign Garnacho, cool, he then has to be sold in a year because you got Quenda.
Yeah, no, and I RSM is on the money on this one. To be fair,
yes, it's facts. So I said it's an anomaly, bro. It's the one window where they've actually planned properly.
In January, never in my wildest dreams, well, in February, because it was right after the January, never in my wildest dreams did I actually think that, because I always said, like, let's see how they move in this window, because this window is going to be like the end all be all that determines like what we expect from these owners, right? Like, we were worried about them becoming a totally for-profit model. We had multiple discussions on that. We had discussions on like, what is the plan? And obviously, as things progressed and as every window passed by, we got a clearer idea what the plan was. Now with this window in particular, with how they've recruited, obviously we need to sell more players, but even the players that we've sold so far and how much money we've made off of just what, four or five players that we sold so far out of like 20 that we still have to sell. We've made a significant amount of profit. It's now I'm seeing more clarity in the plan. There's actually more of a structure than I initially thought. And even what we just talked about, right? We knew we needed a backup 10. Simmons is now can play. If we decide to have a system where we play 2 10s, he can play in 2 10s. If we want to keep it to 1 10, he can be a backup 10, or Palmer can have time off the bench with Cucurella as well. Now there seems to be more of a pathway for some of these players to come into the team and be involved in the team. Even Paez, like, I'm thinking Strasbourg, Paez is going to have time there. He's going to learn his craft, develop as a player. When he comes back, cool. You can learn now under Palmer, under Xavi Simmons, who have now established themselves in the Premier League and know the position and know what the system is asking of. Even Esteval, to an extent, he's going to have players to kind of like, okay, cool. Like, I don't have the pressure of having to be that guy in this position because we have players that can handle that pressure. I said a lot on that. Yeah.
Hey, RSM, bro, man. Bend over.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, yo!
Nah, Rico's crazy.
What did you say?
Rico's on one, man.
No. Hold on. What did Ahmed, repeat that?
Yo, that's crazy.
You want to maybe
That
like,
is insane. Yo, RSM's losing it in the chat, bro.
Yeah, because Ahmed just
call
wanted to
Ahmed out on that one. Hey,
what?
the police are knocking on Ahmed's door, bro.
I'm just saying what Rico wanted to do, man. Rico wanted to
No. You told another grown man to bend over, bro. Are you good?
That's what Rico's asking him to do, so I just told him that's what you gotta do, man. I'm not saying that I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying Rico's asking him, but I'm saying
what did he say?
What happened when you invite girls in your place? Do you get a takeaway? You get a non-doors?
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm just
Oopla
letting him know.
moment.
That's what the saucy is, man.
That's an
the saucy
oopla moment if
bro.
I've ever seen one.
Exactly, man.
Anyways, let's try to rail this back up. Yeah, in terms of the squad planning, like it's making this window in particular makes so much more sense than previous windows have. And even then, like, I know some people are trying to, I think we talked about this, Scott. It feels like some Chelsea fans are trying to spin the last window like, oh yeah, they intentionally bought these players because they could just sell them later. Like, I don't even think it was intentional like that, but it's working out. We'll say that.
Yeah, 100%. Like the last window was still shit.
Big up,
Like,
Chris.
they didn't plan to buy these players to then have to, like, they didn't plan to spend 47.5 mil on Felix to then sell him to Saudi 12 months later, while also in the middle of that having a 6 month loan to AC Milan that went shit. Like, they didn't plan that. No one
Yeah.
plans that because that's daft. But they're lucky that they are as good. Like the one talent they have when it comes to transfers, or one of the few talents, I'll say, I'll be kind, is selling players.
Yeah, this is true.
But yeah, the other thing I will not hear from Chelsea fans is the same bullshit about how we had all of this, like we spent all of the January transfer window planning all this. No, you didn't.
I don't think so.
You did all the groundwork. I'm not hearing that.
In my research recently, I'll just say that I found some clips of us talking about this particular window back in January and saying how, like, you know, most of this stuff was supposed to be done by the end of June, and it wasn't. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. I mean, it's getting done, and I think more business will get done, especially coming towards the end of the window where we still have some clubs, you know, perusing and stuff like that. You know what, Solomon, VAR, and I did not, and VAR did not see it. So normally you'd be right, but controversial play.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. That's not a red card offense. That is not a red card offense. You know, I just said what the other guy was telling him. You know what I mean?
Didn't even see the foul, to be honest. It was like that free kick we had against Man City in the FA Cup, and Jack Grealish clearly handballed it, and no one said anything. That was that play. That's
not even the handball play, man. That's not even a red card in my personal opinion. I just said, you know, what the other guy was asking to do. That's all I did.
He told someone
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what he was asking for.
Yeah, this is a great signing for me. Obviously, I think at 19, he's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna fuck up. I'm not gonna ring him out for that. I mean, even Vega.
They're ringing out Gusto for that for the whole season, man. But hey, listen, Hato, man.
Gusto's also not 19, but
Gusto is 21 years old, mate. 19, 21. What
is he really?
What? Yes.
Also, I disagree with what you said slightly, Marshall. It depends on the.
Okay, fuck.
It depends on the level of error. Like, if there's a couple of that's jokes, bro. If there's a couple of minor things, like if there's a couple of, I'm trying to think of examples, like small things here and there, just a couple bozo moments, I'm not going to cook him for that. If he has a Gusto level season, I'm cooking him for that because I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah,
I said I would do the same thing.
Yeah, that's
different. And I'll be
a bad
fair.
season, just mistakes.
I'm doing the same thing for Gittins as well. Like, and I said I would, and I'm going to stick to that. Like, if Gittins has a shit season, he doesn't get the age and this that. No, because the point of getting these guys in is twofold. Number one is they're meant to be good enough to play for Chelsea now. Otherwise, why are they part of the first team? Secondly, they're meant to be better than who they replaced. So if he performs worse than who he replaced, then that's not good enough. So I'm going to keep the same energy for all these guys. I don't expect them to be worse. Gittins is the only one of like, I'm not going to say he's going to be worse. I don't know if he's going to be better. But I'm willing to wait and see and obviously give him a chance. Yeah, so I'm going to just keep the same energy.
So he's not getting.
Sorry, was that funny? Was that a joke?
Giving you a yellow for that was just such a corny fucking joke, man.
Well, let's say he's not getting. It's true, man. I need him to be a cat, not a kitten. There you go.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. But listen, Hato finally through the door. Xavi Simons, if he comes in, well, obviously we'll be here to announce it, or actually maybe not. If it's on if it happens by Sunday, then we'll do a show on it. If not, I'm going on break until next week. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that, and that kind of concludes most of our window, but there's still a few rumors going about that we're going to address. But yeah, ladies and gents, let's try to get to 100 likes. We're at 81. We're very close to doing it, so yeah, let's go ahead and get close to that 100 like mark. Don't listen to Mike Doss. He's here because he's subscribed like you guys should be, and he already smashed the like. I'm sure he did. But yeah, we'll see. Time will tell with these comments if they are true.
Real quick. You know my theory about what's happened with Simmons? Apparently, Viritza released a video that's like apparently in the last hour, like half an hour-ish. And apparently he said that the Chelsea basically are trying to obviously get some sales done fast, and
Yeah, like you
and
said.
essentially, they're trying to also reduce the fee because he's only got 2 years left in his deal
Okay.
as well. So I think the
Wait,
price.
they only signed him on a 2-year contract.
He's only got 2 years left in his deal, apparently. Yes, that's what they've said right now.
Wait, they
He's only got 2
signed him on a 2-year contract.
I don't know what they signed him on, mate, but I just saw someone was certain.
Yeah, because wasn't RB Leipzig last season for him his first season at RB Leipzig?
Yeah, he was on loan.
No, he was on loan there, so they must have signed him on some sort of contract. I don't know what it is.
Actually.
Yeah, so
I don't know how
they
long
signed him. Why would you
So
only
then-
sign him on
I don't know why I said 2 years.
It's a weird one. Yeah, let me look this up.
What the fuck would you
Maybe
sign
I'm
someone on a
offering-
2-year
Maybe I'm
contract?
lying or something, but like, I'm like.
So Paris. Oh, no wonder. So loan transfer from Paris to RB Leipzig, end of loan, and yeah, they signed him.
Yeah, he joined them permanently this summer. Because the plan apparently was always to sell him even after they bought him. But that's still weird. Even if the plan is to sell him, to sign only to a 2-year contract. That's so weird to me.
Signing a contract until 2027. So technically it was like a 3-year contract. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, that
Yeah,
is
so
it
yeah,
was,
so-
no, it was a 2-year contract because it would have been a loan contract for a season before.
Yeah.
That's
So
weird.
for me, reality is, man, as I said before, he's only got 2 years left in his deal, so you probably want to try to get it to 45 million. So the club wants, but apparently, listen again. Alex Goldberg is somewhat reliable, as many of us here would agree. Saying that he's been specifically told the club does not need to sell anyone to get him. Like these club sources have been telling him, and he's got a little conspiracy theory that's brewing basically about Simmons. And the thing is, allegedly, as many of you here know, there was a report that you put in a bid for Yildiz. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't be upset if that happens.
I'm
if
just
that's,
saying.
like, out of left
Even
field.
if that's not the case, there may also be a reality that I was, it may not be Simmons, but it might be Garnacho. How would you feel if that happens?
Garnacho plays for this football club. Genuinely speaking,
But listen.
I'm being genuine here. I know what I said about Gittins. I'm at least going to give him a chance. Garnacho gives no chance to me. Garnacho comes in, I'm immediately a hater. I don't give a shit.
All right, we'll discuss Garnacho because he's.
Because the reason why I'm
have Jackson and I have
talking about
Garnacho.
Simmons, the reason why I'm talking about Simmons here is because if this conspiracy theory that he's saying that he believes is true, then for me, you have to ask the question: who are you going for then? That if Garnacho is like the way they talk about Garnacho is like he's a separate deal, right? They talk about him like as if he's not related to Simmons.
He's a late deal, yeah.
Right, and it's clear, and I feel like I've said this throughout the window after we brought in. Who's the last attacker that we brought in? And it's
Gittins.
Yeah, Gittins. It was. Yeah, I always have been able to believe that Del Pedro getting 2 minutes, right? I've always been able to believe that we're probably going to bring in 2, right? I think we're doing 2. I always thought that we're going to bring in 2 more attackers. That was always my belief, right? So if Garnacho is one of them and Simmons is a smoke screen, then you have to ask yourself here, who's the other one? Because the only one it can be is who else can it be after that? I don't know if you're going to be paying 90 million for Morgan's Group, right? If the club is that dumb, in my personal, I think it's dumb to pay 9 million for, in my personal opinion. Yeah, and they really believe to pay more than 90 million. Well, it's got to be Yildiz. It's got to be one of those two because those are the only 2 that fit that 10 role. Unless there's an.
Before you respond to that, Scott, since we're already on Garnacho, I might as well do this. Okay. So here's some tweets on the whole Garnacho situation. All right. And then I'll put my 2 cents on what Ahmed said. So Matt Law reporting here saying until they sign Simmons, Garnacho will be a target. They like his data. They like his profile. There are lots of questions about his character within the club. They're trying to decide whether it's United problem or a Garnacho problem. And that was reported or said on this, I think this is the London is Blue pod, right? Yeah, London's Blue Pod, July 24th. So we fast forward here. Chelsea retain an interest in Manchester United winger Alejandro Garnacho, and the arrival of Xavi Simons will not necessarily close the door on a potential deal for the Argentine, according to Matt Law. Fabrizio says Chelsea want both Garnacho and Simons. There is a concrete possibility that Chelsea sign both. For Garnacho, it is something for later in the window. I just want to focus on certain words. There's a concrete possibility. So we continue on. Garnacho could compete for a left wing place. Again, could compete for a left wing place with Jamie Gittins. Should Nkunku follow João Felix out of Stamford Bridge. Chelsea do not want to pay more than £30 million for Manchester United's Alejandro Garnacho, according to Miguel Delaney, which I think that's totally reasonable. Garnacho continues to wait for Chelsea. Again, continues to wait. And then Chelsea have no fears over Alejandro Garnacho's character. This was released from Matt Law earlier today. So Chelsea have no fears over Alejandro Garnacho's character after conducting background checks. Club now playing a waiting game over potential bid. Also, news on Simons, George, Broja, Guiu, and the not-so-strange case of Mamadou Sarr. That's all in his article here. Chelsea are expected to make an offer for Alejandro Garnacho before the transfer window shuts, but may have to wait for Manchester United's search for a new striker to come to an end. I believe that's everything I have on Garnacho. Here's the thing, and I've said this again. The player on the pitch isn't as bad as people make it seem he is.
Yes, he is.
I don't want him. I do think this whole background check about his character, I do think it's flawed.
How is he passing there?
I don't know. I don't know. There's no way. That's what I mean. There's no way. Like that's the thing too. Like all of this, and you can say it's hopium, copium, and all that fun stuff. But like again, there's no bid on the table. There's not been a bid at the table. It's all Matt Law saying, I expect. They have very big interest. They want both. Like Fabrizio saying they want both. Like, again, you saw how quickly we went from we want Xavi Simons to now there's negotiations happening and stuff. And I know you were saying a smokescreen, Ahmed. I don't think it's a smokescreen because the amount of like the negotiations are happening, all this and that, like it seemed, and the here we go meter now, like 75%, not like, I don't know, for it to collapse last minute would be crazy.
You know, Rob journalism, he's very reliable, by the way. Like that guy, he doesn't really post too much.
But yeah.
You don't know who RPJ journalism is? Well, anyway, he's a really reliable guy. He's quite reliable, and he was basically saying that what I predicted was right. Basically, you know the thing about Morgan Wonderhall saying the club might actually be trying all it can to get Morgan Wonders. I think the club is keeping an eye on the Morgan Wonders situation in the sense that if you know, Seska's basically picked United, right, and he wants to go to United.
Yeah,
Newcastle probably might go in for Ollie Watkins, basically, and.
Who might go for Ollie Watkins?
Newcastle, and so right, and if that's the case, right, and if that's the case, right, they need a striker, Jackson. You want Morgan Rodgers from them, right? So this is why I'm saying, like, maybe that this is why I said, yeah, there has to be another cam that they're looking at, yeah, alongside Simons that they might be thinking, would I be willing to pay more for him? And I'll be honest, man. Again, with Simons, I'm very neutral on him because I haven't watched him that much, so it'd be wrong of me to speak on him. But I know that the club have been after what's it called for a long while, bro. And if they really want him,
the thing is with Garnacho, and this also relates to Morgan Rodgers. If you look at the FBref stat, the underlying stats. Rodgers is not as good as Garnacho. Like Garnacho's stats, there's more
they're shit.
The negatives. They're not great, but
they're terrible.
Stats are baffling.
If you look at key stats, they're terrible. Would you like to know what his dribble success rate was last season?
It's probably like what 70-something percentile.
29%.
This is Rogers or Garnacho?
No, this is Garnacho.
Alejandro, man.
He had-
Alejandro
He had one
Because
of
Rogers
the, he had
isn't that
one of-
great either. Rogers
He had
is
one of
shocking.
the lowest. He had one of the low. In fact, he had the worst dribble success rate in the entire league. When you factor in players who have attempted at least 70 dribbles, the worst.
Yeah. Listen,
His
Again.
shot rate, by the way, that shot volume thing is because he's a selfish player. Which, if you watch him, you can see he's a selfish player.
yes.
He sucks. He stinks. He's terrible. He's an awful player. He's one of, if not, he's one of the worst wingers in the league.
The thing
He's
with
one of the worst
Garnacho,
wingers.
which, by the way, I agree with Chelsea. Don't pay. That's the thing that tells me it's not going to happen.
pay.
'Cause I cannot see.
Wait one minute.
I cannot see.
Sorry, I have to inject it. But let's also be honest, yeah. I want to be a little bit. Let's have a bit of honesty in this moment.
Okay, Chad, you
Garnacho
just
has not
woke the
been
fuck
in
up when I
the.
mentioned Garnacho. Jesus Christ.
Garnacho also, if you're being honest about him, yeah, he's not been in the right environment. If you're being fair to him, right? He's been in a place where kids do not any type of like academy kids.
Are
or
we a
kids like
fucking
that.
charity or something?
No. But there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, right? He's at a place where these guys don't thrive, bro. Young kids don't thrive. It's not the right environment for them as well, right? If you bring them to a club like ours, where I think we're a lot more better in terms of doing that sort of thing and bringing the right environment to make stuff happen, I would actually argue it might be a better environment to help him improve.
So that's Captain
This is what I'm
Saberho
saying.
then. So that's Captain Saberho.
Let me say this. Let me just get my point out, right? With Garnacho, with Chelsea out here, let me just pull up the tweet. Might as well. With Chelsea out here saying this essentially with Miguel Delaney, who I do think is a reliable source. If they're saying they don't want to pay more than 30 million pounds, when we've literally seen them go. By the way, you guys can attest to this. Chat, you can attest to this. We've seen our club pay a lot more for players that have played a lot less. I'm just saying, right? Like we've seen them break the bank for young players that they truly want. Gittins is the most recent example. Like I don't even think Gittins has played more than Garnacho. So and on top of it, Garnacho has the Prem proven tax on that, right? They don't even want to pay 30 million for him. So that already tells me, and I strongly believe that they actually don't want to pay for this guy. What I think could potentially happen, and I wouldn't be really opposed to it, is because I also don't think United are going to go less than 30 million pounds. I think a loan with an option could potentially happen. And in that case, it's like, okay.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe
Maybe no harm, no foul.
Gaslight. I can't believe there are people out here trying to gaslight Chelsea fans that this guy is good or in any way, shape, or form like redeemable as a player.
I'm not
as
saying
a
that,
person.
by the way. I know people in chat are saying it though.
Like when did
I don't want the player.
Sorry. When did this club do Captain Saverho? Went really well the last time we tried to do that, didn't it? No, we sent him back for 5 mil because it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not. That's what I'm saying. It's fucking Chelsea fans trying to gaslight other Chelsea fans that this guy's good.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
He's
Listen.
No.
Wait. We need to. I need to
fucking
step in.
terrible.
Listen. I need to step in for our main reason, guy. What you're saying can be true, but at the same time, can we also be honest? Yeah. When we signed a guy like Emeka, what is he in terms of the club?
He's a flip.
Yeah.
So can I not make the same argument that Garnacho is just going to be a flip, boys?
No, but no. Right, Ahmed. Do you know how flipping players works, right?
Yes, listen.
Really?
I want you to hear me out.
Go, Ian. It's been a while.
No, I'm not hearing you out because like let's go through this, right? Let's break this down. Omega currently coming off a season where he scored 14, 15 goals, is actually
right?
on the up as a player. You can sign him for 20 mil, flip him
Smash
for
the legs
50.
if you don't want Garnacho.
Yeah, you can sign him for 20 mil, flip him for 50 because he's especially if he has a good season this season in terms of being in the Conference League or whatever.
Right back, boys.
You look at Vega, who we flipped. You want him for 10 mil. You're buying an unwanted product for 30, 35 mil, who has to have a gargantuan turnaround to then flip that for profit for like 40 mil. Hey, great, fantastic. I'm not doing that with Garnacho. Fuck off.
Yeah, well, listen.
Fuck Garnacho,
maybe there is this belief, Scott, that it's really. You can make. I really do think if you can get it for £30 million, you can sell Garnacho in 2 years. I promise you can sell it.
Noni performed better than Garnacho, by the way. Noni is a better player than Garnacho.
Listen, that's all well and good, bro. But I promise you right now, chat, yeah, you will sell Garnacho for profit at this World Cup. I promise you, bro. So for me, I have no problem with this, bro. I have no problem with this. I have no issue with this. Well, I'm not clapped, firstly. And secondly, listen, let's just keep it real, Scott. I don't want him either, bro. So I'm not going to disagree with you.
Then stop doing this then stop this devil's advocate thing. It's got shit. Bro, what do you want me to say, bro? What do you want me to say? I don't rate Garnacho. I don't know what people think I rate Garnacho, bro. I actually fucking rate Garnacho. I hate him. I don't think he's a good player. But listen, people want to bring him and his brother into this club. They want to bring that into this environment. Cool.
Listen, we need more toxicity, man. I think it's too nice. It's too wholesome at Chelsea, man. Let's bring some.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, 100%. You just need to throw chaos in there.
Yeah, but you always need chaos at Chelsea, man. Chaos at Chelsea always works.
Man said decent bullshitting. Fuck off. Fucking dreadful player. Absolutely fucking dreadful player. If he's such a good player, by the way, why don't United want to keep him?
Listen, man, it's gonna happen, RSM. I just want people to understand it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, bro. It's happening. It's gonna come. It's gonna happen. That's all it is.
Hey, RSM, if he comes, bro, I'm telling you now, that shot that goes into Rose Ed and then that tweet from his brother afterwards, the reply, that's going to hit like absolute crap.
Listen,
going to hit like heroin, bro.
What's the difference between Garnacho and Mudryk in the sense that, listen, they can both, listen,
they're both
have
shit.
good moments. They both have good moments, innit? You both have
They're
moments,
both
innit?
Scott, how would you rather die? A shot to the dome by Mudryk or a shot into the dome by Garnacho?
Mudryk, because he'll probably hit the target.
It's quick, swift death.
I don't think it's going to be Mudryk, bro.
Oh, shit, man. You can blame Mudryk for this, to be honest.
Yeah, it's Mudryk's fault.
If you really wanted to, it's Mudryk's fault this is happening.
Mudryk's fault that this is coming, bro. Like,
so all of you Mudryk Glazers, look what he did to you.
Yeah, man. So, like, I don't know why people are getting angry. This is what's happening, bro.
I need to check.
Yeah, we brought up Garnacho. I had to get a beer because I can't do this anymore.
Good, as you should.
Yeah.
Got these fucking gaslighters in this fan base, bro. Oh my god. Oh my fucking days. By the way, this stats thing. Hey, you man are tapped. This stats thing, by the way. Hold on a second. Let me just do some quick maths here. People said Noni wasn't good enough. Yeah, I think that was the general consensus of this football club.
Yeah.
Cool. He has 6 less goals in 30 less. Oh, sorry, 6 less GNA in 30 less league games than Garnacho.
Mm-hmm.
You know who you need to be. Listen. I'm just gonna listen, guys. Yeah, he's coming to the club. Let's take some nice wins about it.
Because the thing is, actually, let's take it one step further. Because we're not signing Garnacho for creativity. We're signing him for shot volume, goals. Noni Madueke got 3 less goals in 30 less games.
Listen, guys, I want to ask a question here. Can we say something good about Garnacho? Let's say something good about Garnacho.
No, fuck him.
Let's say something positive about Garnacho. I'll start with you, Marshall. Say one thing positive about Garnacho, please.
The country he comes from is nice.
I'm not sure that's the correct answer, but we'll keep it pushing. Thank you for that. Scott, say one thing nice about Garnacho.
I mean, okay. I want to address a few theories that people have, and my overall consensus: I don't want Garnacho. Right? I don't want Garnacho. I don't think he's good enough. I'd rather have kept Nani, right? And I also don't like the attitude and the ego this guy has for someone who's done fuck all in football.
Oh,
But-
man, do me a favor. Never mind.
No, there is a few things that people have said that I guess we would like to seriously talk about it. There's a theory. This is all theories and shit. This is all devil advocacy stuff that I don't promote ever. People are saying, okay, listen, if he comes into this club, do you really think that the leaders in the dressing room, and especially someone like Enzo Fernandez, is going to let the behavior outside of the football run? How do you guys feel about that? I don't think you control a player really outside of the football. Maybe he can get more serious at Chelsea, but I'd rather just not risk it. It's just too much of a liability.
It's not going to break everything. Like, I think that's the one thing. It's obviously not going to break everything because there are more players than just him. But it brings unnecessary. You bring the thing it does do is it brings a cancer into the locker room, an unnecessary cancer and a parasite. In fact, it brings both because his brother's the parasite. Yeah, you bring a cancer and a parasite into this dressing room for no reason, like for something you don't need to do. Like considering they did.
Let me
you're on your troll shit. No, you're on your troll shit. Like no. I'm talking.
Let me do it to why. Listen. I always think, you always, in order for a team to work, you need a healthy amount of toxicity. You need a healthy amount of toxicity. Okay,
Ahmed, cool.
Right now,
okay,
bro,
Ahmed,
there's not enough toxicity in the team.
Let's run with that. Let's run with that nonsense. Cool. Let's run with that nonsense. Why didn't they want to do that for John Duran? Who was better and is better?
And listen, and you know what? That's a fair point.
Cool. Why didn't they want to do that for Osimhen, who's miles better?
But you know what it is? I think there's also levels to toxicity. You know what I mean? There's like a toxicity meter. Duran is already fallen out of Meridia, bro. He's fallen out. Yeah, just as it come back online. I think his percentage level was like 78%. I think Garnacho's toxicity is around about only like a 20%. You know what I mean?
No, it's 100%.
I think he's a 20%, honestly. He's a 20%.
No, it's
Kevin Durant?
No, I had Durant, Joe.
Oh, okay. I thought
you said Kevin Durant as well.
I heard Kevin Durant.
Yeah, RSM, this is facts, bro. RSM, you, bro, come in here and cook this guy with me, please.
He's still unlocking his door, bro. Allow him. Real quick, go ahead and take it for the $5.
His house is flooded, man.
Yeah. Also, Ahmed, I need you to do me a favor. Can you name me a random Premier League winger?
Real quick, before you name the random Premier League player, I got to read GoAM's comments here. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I have a theory that Bowley still wants a kit sale signing. He never got Criminaldos, so now he's pushing us with Argentina MGK. Okay. What were you going to say, Ahmed?
I was going to say that the fake 1v1 demon, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
I found someone else. Bear with me. How the fuck did I...
The thing is, man, everyone's doing. Please give that another advocate gimmick. I'm not gonna give it up because he's coming to the club.
No, give it up, bro.
He's coming to the club.
Leon Bailey.
Everyone wants to cry and everything like that, but he's coming to the club, guys. Just
so I don't. I do.
I
just don't want to risk it. I'm with Scott on this one.
No, hang on. I love when I can use people's arguments against them. People want to talk about stats. Oh, he's 20 years old. He has 25 GNA. Why don't we sign Leon Bailey, who has more GNA than him and is better?
No, you know what pisses me off about this whole thing, by the way, Scott, is Malik Fofana's out there and he's looking for a club that wanted to give him Champions League football. Why the fuck aren't we going for him? Why are we still going for Garnacho? I think part of it's the money.
I think he's still. Why don't we sign?
I think
Semenyo?
Chelsea want to push for a loan.
Semenyo's out there.
The Santo deal. It's gonna be the Santo deal.
You can't deny it. Like the price is cheap as fuck.
It will literally be a loan of 25 million. It will be a loan of 30 million obligation. It will be a loan of obligation. And listen, I don't think he's worth it. You don't think he's worth it. We don't think it's worth it. But boys and girls, it's gonna happen. Just
because this is the thing, to an extent too, like I do want to give leeway to the directors, and I know it's which director was the one that really wants this guy, Winstanley?
Stanley, who should be sacked on the
Brighton
spot.
boy, Brighton boy.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. But before you go, Scott, like, the only thing is, like, the only acceptable way that I would be like, okay, fine, if you really insist on this, let's see how it works out. Let's see if you guys are right about this. It's a loan. That's it. A loan with an option, not even obligation. That's the only way I'll even like entertain it. I don't want to sign this guy on a permanent and then risk that, because like what Scott said, like he's a cancer. Like he's a cancer in the locker room when you have full white blood cells. But you never know, man. That cancer could end up spreading. You know, you just don't want to risk it. It's why take that risk with a player that has publicly done so much drama.
I hear it, but at the same time, boys,
I know you hear that.
Listen, and I agree.
Nah,
But you need
forward.
toxicity in the game. You need toxicity, bro. You need it.
No, fuck you.
You know, Scott can eat. Yes, you do on some percentage, bro. You need toxicity, bro.
That's a warning. That's a warning for promoting toxicity.
I'm not, bro. I'm not promoting it, but I think it's just a fact of life. Sometimes,
Everybody got
bro,
their
you need
hazmat suits on because this guy's
like,
nuclear
but, like,
toxicity.
sometimes you need a little bit of it, man. Listen, of course, like,
Bro, wait,
like,
this whole, by the way,
particularly-
sorry, this whole like 25 goals shit bollocks people wanted to peddle. Like this looks spooky when you compare him to other players, bro. I'm comparing him to Elanga. I'm comparing him to Callum Hudson-Odoi. I'm comparing him to Leon Bailey.
Callum Hudson-Odoi was under a good manager this season. Callum Hudson-Odoi was under a good manager. Elanga was under a good manager. Leon Bailey's under a good manager. Please, let's be honest.
No, Ahmed. Hold on. This is all time I'm looking at.
Okay.
Let's get a full time instead, man. Let's get a full time.
So I'm looking at Garnacho's good seasons as well, and I'm looking at Elanga and Callum Hudson-Odoi's shit seasons as well, and Leon Bailey's shit seasons.
Oh, let's even put it on. I'm gonna put it on for the chat. Let's put it on. Where is that?
The other
that long. Let me have
the other thing I was going to bring up is another theory that people are putting out there, right? And it's the very clear one of like, listen, we saw Anthony, we saw Jaden, we've seen McTominay, we've seen multiple players that have left that Manchester United institution and have actually looked better. I mean, what do you? I mean, Scott, I'll start with you, and then you say what you have to say as well. What do you think about that theory? About United being a strangle? No, it's just this idea that United is pretty much a stranglehold for all these players, and Garnacho could leave United and actually look.
I agree that to an extent with certain players, but they have to show an ability first of all. Garnacho's not showing anything at any time at all. Like even in his best seasons, quote unquote, he was still garbage. Like he was still met. Like people forget. Like last season, when that 4-3 game where he scored 2, I think he was shit. Like he was against Cucurella at right back and was shit.
Yeah, but listen, you guys glazed up Cucurella. Like, Cucurella is fucking old.
No, Ahmed, this was a Cucurella. Like this was a Cucurella 3 games into what's it called? 3 games into like playing right back or whatever. He sucked. Like he was shit.
Listen,
he was terrible.
Can I be honest?
And the thing is, he needs 2 goals. He sucked. Now he sucked.
I'm sorry that I have to. Listen, I'm sorry to say this, but I have to be a bit fair to him. This guy is a young guy, bro, in an environment that's not actually helping, bro. That's not fair, bro.
Okay, Ahmed. Cool. That young guy thing. Yeah, no, that young guy thing. That cool. I don't give a shit. Kevin Sade, do you rate him?
I mean, he's had a good ending, so yes.
You rate Kevin Sade as a player? Yes.
I think
from
Brentford, not too bad. Yeah, not too bad.
Cool,
Yeah, not too bad.
He's 3 goals off. He's played 30 less games. He's 3 goals off of matching Garnacho's Premier League total goals.
Yeah, but again, he's not been good. Listen, he's under Thomas Frank, a good manager. You know, we keep talking about players that have been playing under good.
You don't rate Ruben Amorim, bro?
You know what I mean? Ruben Amorim, I'll be honest with him, bro. He's beefing him. So that's pointless. Ten Hag is not a good manager. He's under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's not a good manager. He's under guys that are not helping him develop. This is why for me the take on Garnacho is a bit stupid because it's like guys, he's not been under managers that have helped him out here, bro. That's the thing.
The problem with Garnacho for me is that I'd be lying if I didn't say I understood the signing, because when you see him play, when you see him play, he's that profile of winger that they're looking for. Just attack-minded, aggressive, always trying to beat the man on the dribble, like what we always said about Nani, like goal scoring winger. I said that with quotes. I don't know if you were looking. I said goal scoring winger, right? Because he attempts shots, but I don't know. For me, it's always been the attitude.
No, like I'm sorry, like there's no. The only thing that like, kind of backs him up is there's certain statistics. There are certain statistics that back him up, but it's like. It's the same with Sanchez, where it's like, you know, he had that like he was in what was it, like the 95th percentile for claim crosses, but he faced like he was in like the 6th percentile for crosses faced. So yeah, of the 4 crosses or 3 crosses he was facing a game, he claimed 2 of them. He wasn't really facing any, so it's like a skewed stat. It's the same with the shots or the shot volume. Bro's just taking shots, like he just shoots, for no reason. It was the same. You remember when we used to have it under Mount, where people would say, "Oh, Mount shoots. Yeah, he shoots from stupid angles." So yeah, he has a lot of shots and he creates chances, but he's shooting from stupid places. Same with Garnacho. It's the exact same. That's those stats, in theory and on paper, highlight thing. Like I just said, he has the worst dribble success rate of any player that's attempted at least 70 dribbles or more. I just had to check, by the way. In terms of goals, you know Iliman and Jai, who spent half a season being shit under Sean, or not being shit, but the team was shit under Sean Dyche. He outscored Garnacho's best ever goal scoring season this year in his first season in the Prem.
Yeah. See, for me,
that's a number 10 playing left wing, by the way.
The only hope I have for Garnacho to work out at Chelsea is Enzo Fernandez. That's really it.
Sorry,
like,
I'm watching some wrestling.
If Enzo Fernandez can just get this guy to get his shit together, then maybe it'll work out. But even then, I won't do it.
He's doing so much anti-Garnacho hate, because he's gonna owe Stappy money. That's all it is, man. Get ready to pay the money, man. Get ready to pay the money.
But the thing is, though, like, and again, this is where I land on this. I hate Twitter Blue, simply because I feel like Twitter Blue has triggered so many accounts to just rage bait, and the journal. I'm telling you, and the journalists know, like,
what is Twitter Blue? I know Buddy B had a new nickname, bro. What's going on?
No, Twitter.
Marshall, can I ask you a question?
The paid for Twitter thing. You know
actually, no. I'll ask both of these. I'll ask both of these guys that are above me. Do either of you rate Jack Harrison?
There was a period of time he was okay.
Marshall, do you even know who that is?
Yeah. He used to play for Leeds, and now he's.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, why don't we sign him, because his best ever. He had 2 back-to-back 8 goals a season. That's better than Garnacho's ever had. Why don't we sign him?
See, this is the problem, bro.
You need the stupidness, bro. You need to understand the stupidness of this. People want to tell me about goals.
Scott, bro, you are being malicious with his stats, bro. You're being malicious with his stats, and you're being malicious with the context, bro. We all know.
I'm not being malicious with the context. Garnacho shit, and people want to tell me about his goals and assists, bro. His goals and assists are shit.
Jack Harrison, when he was doing that stuff, was under Bielsa, bro. And again, he had good managers under him. Why we acting like he didn't have some of these guys that we mentioned when they were playing good, when they had these great stats, bro? They were under good managers, bro. We can't on one hand say United have
Ahmed. No, Ahmed. I took that, by the way, Ahmed.
I'm starting to think Ahmed rates this guy.
No, hard, Ahmed.
I don't rate him, bro.
Ahmed. Again. Notice, by the way, Ahmed, can I just point something out? Notice how I haven't talked about last season in terms of stats in isolation. When I've talked about his stats, I'm talking about as a total across the Premier League, and I'm talking about specific seasons. Cool. So we're not talking about. So no. We're not talking about him under this manager. That comes as a part of it, but it's not totality. When he was playing under Eric Ten Hag, no, sharp. I'm not finished. When he was playing under Eric Ten Hag, you can stop with this devil advocate shit because it's pissing me off. When he was what's it called? When he was playing under Eric Ten Hag and they were finishing 4th, so they were finishing better than Leeds were, better than Everton were, better than these other teams were that I'm mentioning, and he was putting up shit stats that were worse than these other players I'm mentioning, the manager thing don't run. Because the team as a whole performed better than these other teams. Like, when did Leeds finish 4th? When did Brentford finish 4th? When did Everton finish? Last finish 4th? It's interesting.
I think it's your turn, Ahmed. Ahmed? You're muted.
I think he's on the phone.
Oh, I thought he said let him know when he can go.
No, sorry, my bad. The wire fell out. That's why. But listen, Garnacho was under Erik ten Hag. If you watch United fans and they were under Erik ten Hag, they will tell you he was a trash manager and it was not helping Garnacho to
And if you listen to United fans, they tell you Garnacho is a trash player, bro. Like, what's this argument?
And listen, United fans said a lot of players are trash, McTominay cooking, Rashford cooking. All these other guys are cooking. And again,
You're wrong.
we keep on talking about these guys. But as I said many a time before, chat, what have I said? This United is not a place for players to develop, bro. Look at Rasmus Højlund, bro. I know that people.
Rasmus Højlund's a shit player, bro. That's why.
Wait, time out. No, we're not going to do this because when Rasmus Højlund
He's a shit player.
When Rasmus Højlund was at Atalanta before he went to United, was a highly rated
Nonny, by the way.
player, highly praised player too. All right, and we're not going to do that, bro. Okay?
Yes, we are, because they're shit players.
But then he goes to United. United don't give him a place. Have a
Bro
season.
got 9 goals.
Give him.
For Atalanta.
Give him. Listen, yes, because that was his breakout season. United did not develop him correctly, and look at what he's like right now. I would argue it's the same situation, yeah. Even Garnacho.
Your argument is fucking Højlund.
No, it's not.
Your counterpoint is Højlund.
You know another one I can actually use right now. I think Kobe Mine is another one. Kobe Mine, yes, he's a great player and everything like that. But
You know what? That's actually a good example. That's the one you should have used. You went Højlund.
But I use Rasmus Højlund.
You should have started with that one.
No. But the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of these guys, bro, that they bring that are young, they don't develop, bro. They actually stagnate or get worse. That is just where it is for me. I feel like, again, I have always maintained, you know this, Marshall, I just think it's going to be a flip, boys. It's just going to be a flip. I don't know why we're acting like this level's crazy. That's what I'm not even crazy about.
So let me read the super chat real quick, and then I'll put my input on this, and then we'll maybe move on to the next topic. But prediction time from thank you Go AM for the $5 super chat. Who's getting more GNA, Nani St. Maximin at Osna or the real shit shady at CFC?
Nani.
I'll probably give it to Nani. But here's the thing. This is my 2 cents on it. If these directors are really insistent on this guy, then fine. But do it alone. Don't commit to the player. And if he comes here and actually proves us all wrong, then I'll hold my hands up and be like, you know what? United was the problem the whole time. It wasn't Garnacho. And I'll hold my hands up. And I don't think I will come to that point, but I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, Garnacho was the problem. Even though I've been here saying multiple times now that I don't think Garnacho as a player is nearly as bad as people think he is. I just don't think, like, if you give me the choice between Nani and left wing or Garnacho, I'm keeping Nani at left wing because I think Nani is better. I just don't think Garnacho is the solution. I don't think Garnacho is the levels that we're looking for. But then again, the left wing market is poor. We have one of the better left wingers in Gittins, and unfortunately, he's not even that great, in my opinion. He's not the levels we need. Malik Fofana is out there. I'm kind of annoyed we're not even getting for that.
Gittins is better than what's it called? Gittins is better than Garnacho. Gittins is levels clear of Garnacho, and I don't even rate Gittins like that.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen Gittins play, and he doesn't seem as wasteful as Garnacho.
He's not.
So yeah, we'll see how this goes. As far as I'm aware, and again, I admit this could be copium. As far as I'm aware, and based on what we're reading, it's a whole lot of they could do this. They're very interested in this. If they're very insistent that they're going to do this, or at the end of it's not moving in terms of a transfer like other transfers have moved, which goes back to my point that I was trying to say, which is I feel like I despise Twitter Blue because I feel like it's become it's ruined the integrity of journalism, because journalism, instead of actually speaking facts and reporting news, has become more of clickbait farming and rage bait farming. And listen, Matt Law, a lot of these journalists, Fabrizio, they all know that we as a Chelsea fan base are almost 90% against the signing of Garnacho. So any mention of it, anything that alludes to us even being interested, is going to garner engagement, filling their pockets with money. And again, just this is why I don't like this whole Twitter blue thing. Like I feel like it's a lot of engagement farming, and that's how you get people like Darko and PYS and all these guys saying the stupid shit that they say that get people pissed off and engaging with posts, and it's not even half of it's not even true. So that's where I stand with it. I don't know if you guys want to have your piece on it. Yeah,
I wanted to say I've never really heard the term Twitter blue before. I don't know
the check mark. You know what I'm talking about. You pay for it.
Yeah. You know, Marshall. I don't know if you've been watching Bunny Blue or something, bro. But just chill out, mate.
Why are you making this a sexual? You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about with fucking.
I'm just letting you know, bro, man. You know, I'm not. Listen, Twitter blue, man.
It's about cash money. Okay.
Listen, the problem is RSM, bro. RSM, you've been commenting a lot. You're like that. You like those what's it called? What is it on TikTok that I saw the other day? There's W streamers here that do let's press W in chat. That's what we've been doing all this whole time for Garnacho, bro. On blue chat, essentially, give it up, bro. Just listen. I always say, guys, yeah, it's easier to just accept reality. When it happens, it's gonna happen, boys. You know what I mean? I'm just here to say I accept what happens already. You know what I mean? I've accepted it. I've already processed it in my mind. Is this gonna happen? I just want you guys to process it too. Let's keep it pushing. I always say, man, just think about the positives. It's gonna be a flip in 2 years.
No, fuck off.
You know what I mean? We're gonna make a profit on him. That's what you need to think about, bro.
I'm here to let you know.
Don't think about the shots over the bar. You know what I mean?
I'm here to let you know that the body is still breathing, bro. You know, the body is still breathing. There's no reality here. We still got hope. I'm just saying, the body is still breathing. There's no bid that's been made yet, man. So the body is still breathing, bro.
Listen, the body ain't breathing anymore, man. The body's not breathing anymore. Listen. You've got to go pregnant. It's time to expect a child. That's all it is, man.
Wait, how did this become? What the fuck, bro? Nah.
No, bring up Go AM's comment. No. This devil's advocacy bullshit that I've had to listen to for however long. Bro, this is it.
Cancer is crazy.
You guys can hate me for saying this, but that's what it is. Like that, man. This is like when you get someone pregnant, you got to accept the consequences of the action, bro. You got to be having a kid. You know what I mean? The reason why I'm using the example is because, guys, you've done the background check on him. We've done all the lovey-dovey stuff on him. You've spoken to the agent already, boys. We know what's happening at the end.
No, Arsene, I'm trying to end it. Can you stop unlocking your doors and join the stream already, bro?
That's it, man. That is it. The sooner we accept it, the better, bro. The sooner we accept it, and just move on with life.
Arsene, bro, this guy's an idiot, man.
Listen, all we need to do, man, is just think about, listen, we've still got Delap Nation. We've got Joao Pedro Nation. We've got Bahama Nation. Hopefully Simmons or whoever the other guy's going to be, maybe Yildiz, whoever his nation coming. You've got, what's his name on the left? Gitz's nation, maybe. You got so many other nations that are going to be playing. You're not going to see this guy, bro, for maybe maximum 5 appearances. Give it up. Just give it up, bro. Move on, chat. When you make the 40 million on him, we'll celebrate. We'll pop the bottles. You know what I mean? We'll pop bottles together.
Fair enough.
That's it, man.
All right. I'm going to move on, Ahmed.
There's nothing to move on about, man. Let's keep talking about
there is. You mentioned this guy.
We've spoken about this waste of space.
We spoke about this way too long. I might make this a clip.
I'm about to listen to this numpty to fucking devil's advocate for half an hour.
But can we talk about a player we both rate more than Garnacho, Scott?
Any player, literally every player.
No, but this is like a serious.
Not your nation. How about RSM?
We could, Marshall. I'm being deadly serious. We could talk about Mudryk next, and that would fit the bill.
I should have put the first segment at this point.
Should have, and it would have fit the bill.
This is what I want to talk about, because there's actually we've always had these links going on, but it's kind of died out for a while, but now it's kind of back. So I kind of wanted to bring it up, especially because I didn't bring up Jackson. We'll bring him up next show, but Jackson's been linked with the Juve move. Maybe something happens with this, but Chelsea have reignited their interest in Kenan Yildiz as they monitor his situation. As they monitor his situation at Juve. It took me a minute to register what he said. Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool are all ready to make 60 to 70 million euro offer for Kenan Yildiz. Breaking from Gazzetta dello Sport. Take it with a pinch of salt, but it is Gazzetta dello Sport. They get things right sometimes. Juve have rejected Chelsea's 65 million offer to sign Kenan Yildiz. I don't even know if we actually made an offer, but we have more links. So Fabrizio Romano saying here, Chelsea and another top Premier League side are showing strong interest in Kenan Yildiz. Hey, very much like what we're doing with Garnacho, where we're showing strong interest. Okay, so these two Premier League clubs are prepared to make serious offer for him. Juventus are determined to renew his contract and will push to do so in the coming days, weeks, and reports. And then the last tweet I have from Fabrizio from the 27th is that Chelsea have shown strong interest in Kenan Yildiz, but Juventus do not want to sell the player. The Italian club plans to accelerate contract renewal talks with Yildiz in the coming weeks to secure his future. How do you feel about this one, Scott? Because I actually like the player. I think he's a good player.
No, I like the player.
I think he needs time to develop, but yeah.
Prior to the Club World Cup, I wasn't high on him, not because I don't think he's a good player, but because of positioning. I didn't see how it works. I thought he was more of a 10 than a winger, but with two things. Number one, with how he played in the Club World Cup, because they played, I think they played like a 3 at the back, and he was one of the 10s behind the striker. From what I saw,
are you talking about what is it with the Al Ahly game? No, not Al Ahly. Al Ahly.
I don't know. I didn't watch any games with Juventus, but I heard he was very good.
Yeah, he was kind of like a left hand.
Guy's weird, man.
Listen, we need Yildiz, man. We need Yildiz, guys. Let's just keep her back.
Yeah, so I think the I think it works. I don't think we get him ultimately because I do think he's quite possibly the only bright spot at Juventus right now.
Yeah,
he's basically their only diamond they've got.
Yeah, like not even just diamond. Like he might be their only jewel. Like they don't even have like the cheap ones like the amethysts and shit like that. Like they've got
Listen. Do you know what it is though? Yeah, and I was thinking about this, bro. But they may need to actually sell him in order to actually get the rest of the squad good. That's the thing.
No, but they can't afford to sell him, bro. Like I'll be honest, like they've got nothing else. They need to get rid of other shit first. Like, so yeah, he'd be really good, but I don't think he leaves. Unfortunately, I think it's a similar situation. In fact, slightly worse for us. It's like the Rodgers thing of like, at least with Rodgers, you could say, okay, maybe Villa need to sell Rodgers, or there's like, it will cost 80 mil. They need to sell him for PSR or whatever because they need to be able to spend. As far as I'm aware, I don't think Juve are going to have that problem with him. Plus, I think they would want even more, or at least as much. And yeah, I don't think it happens. I'm not saying I would want him, but I just don't think it happens.
If the Jackson thing is true and we can negotiate something with them, I think it could happen. Because correct me if I'm wrong, I think in the last year or two, Juventus's method of what am I trying to say? Like not recruitment, but like their directions kind of change, right? Like they've been reliant more on their youth and their up and coming talent through their academy more so than just signing big name players. And Yildiz is a result of one of those. Maybe I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that, guys. I'm just trying to kind of remember. This was like information I dug up like maybe about 6 months ago, right? I don't know if that's still the same approach, but I feel like they could have another up and coming talent that comes in behind Yildiz. Like they're I don't know where did Juve finish last season? Were they even in top 4? Are they in Champions League?
Did they get 4th?
Like are they even in a position where like they're competing for the league? Like no, I don't know. I think they're in a rebuild, right?
Yes, they're in the rebuild stage, bro.
They're Juve.
Yeah,
I guess Yildiz would be part of the rebuild. Yeah.
The only way they get top 4 is like twofold. Number one would be a cataclysmic drop-off by Inter and Napoli, which Inter might be possible with the new manager. Napoli, I don't think happens unless like Conte goes nuclear, like he sometimes does. The other thing is like they'd have to get. Fucking hell, I forgot they had some of these players. They would have to have a step up of biblical proportions from some players. Like Jonathan David would have to go and be the best player in that league immediately. It's number one. apart from that, like, I'm just looking here, like, the defense would have to step up massively. Guys like Kalulu, for example, like it's just not happening. They've got no hope.
Yeah, listen,
So they're
Yildiz
just
Nation,
gonna be
man.
heavily reliant
Listen,
on
you need to
this.
go to bigger and better futures, man. You know what I mean? Chelsea Nation is the future, man. We are the past, the present, and the future.
Do you think you would want to come to Chelsea?
Yes.
Essentially,
And the thing is, man, we listen. We're already under the thumb of like one of his super agents, isn't it? He's got a super agent. Guess who?
Wait, who's his agent?
Guess who? It's a very. We under his
Is
thumb
this
already.
Harvey?
No,
is it the
Is
Ali Barat?
Ali Barat, yeah.
no, it's not.
Oh, is it Jorge Mendes?
Yes, Jorge Mendes.
Get the
is
fuck
his
out,
agent.
really?
Jorge Mendes is his agent, baby. Listen,
Oh shit!
man. Time to use
thought
Jorge,
Jorge
man.
Mendes was
Can we
exclusively
abuse
Portuguese.
Time to use and abuse Jorge, man. Time to use and abuse him.
What do you mean by that?
I mean
Yeah,
that
hold
in
on.
the literal sense. Use him and abuse him. We did
Huh?
helped him out, Joe Felix. Time for him to help us out, man.
I mean, that would mean we helped him out with João Felix, but in return we got Neto, right? Because I think that was the
I
kind
don't
of
think
like,
that's
hey,
enough.
if you-
I'll be honest with you, that's not enough. That's not enough.
I mean, Neto now is like, you
I'm
know,
sorry, it's still not enough. It's still not enough. It's not enough, man.
I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, the part of me that doesn't agree with you wants to tell you, bro, Neto's worked out really well for us. We wanted Neto, but he's like, if you want Neto, get João Felix. This might be one of those situations where, like, if you want Yildiz, get Lafayette.
Listen, man.
I don't want to do that.
I promise you, I would take Rafael for Garnacho if we can get.
Okay, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know what? When you say it that way, but
listen, you have
bro,
to
we
go
did
like
such
that,
a
bro.
good job of fixing up the books. Like, we're gonna fuck it up by getting Leao.
Wallahi, man. Listen, I'm willing to do that, man. I'm willing to make a deal with the devil to make this happen. I promise you.
Scott, do you agree?
Bro, I can't lie to you. Didn't listen to anything Ahmed just said.
Don't worry, man. I hope we get Garnacho first. That's for Scott, man. I'm gonna be on the stream, yeah. I'm even gonna go into I will go into Kofi Lewis when he's on there when Garnacho gets announced, yeah. And I will be like, yeah, Scott, yes. I'm actually even gonna be. I'm gonna be in character too. I'm gonna be so happy to get Garnacho. I'm just in character, just to piss Scott off specifically. You know what I mean? I promise you, Scott. You know what I mean? This is just a hating me just to do that for you, bro. I promise I will do that, man. You know what I mean? I will not do this character on streams. Listen, Scott, I'm Scott someone here. But on a serious note, like, I'm gonna put this out there, generally, guys. Yeah, if you can bring in Yildiz, and the consequence obviously is you happen to bring in Leao instead of Garnacho, I'm honest. I can't lie to you, boys.
You put it that way, yeah.
You have. I would have. You know what? I would say yes. Even though I don't rate Leao anymore, but he will still give me something more, bro.
Yeah.
Leao is. Hang on, sorry. Again, I wasn't really paying attention. Are we saying Leao is like? Are we comparing Leao and Garnacho?
No. What we're saying is because Yildiz is a with Jorge Mendes client. If we have to get Leao to get Yildiz, is that worth it? Because then we're saying like that entails then not getting Garnacho.
No, I don't know. Like,
It's a tough one. I mean, I think I would say yes because I think
yes,
there's still a good
from
player in
perspective.
Leao, but it just wouldn't work out in
Both-
the system.
both of those players
Get
are
João
good
Felix all
players.
over again, really.
For me, both of those players are good players. But the problem is, if you're signing Yildiz, it's to play left wing and also be backup 10, like
Left
what we're
wing, yeah,
basically looking
backup
at Simmons
10,
for. So this is why, for me, by the way, the whole Garnacho thing doesn't make sense, because I don't see any point spending the type of money we're looking to spend on either Yildiz, Simmons, someone like that, for a backup 10. We just did that with what's his face with Felix. We had Nkunku as well. We've sold one. We're trying to sell the other because Palmer's going to play 90% of games next season, and Simmons won't be happy playing, or whoever we sign won't be happy playing the other 10%. So for me, we don't need two. We just need one who can play both positions, who's primarily going to play the left wing / left 10 in the new system, whatever it is, but can also play 10 if Palmer needs a rest.
Unless the idea is to, for the majority of next season, to go forward with a
Can I give
double 10 formation.
can I give a hot
No,
take?
but even
I
then,
don't
no, but
think the
Marshall,
club.
even then, it's the same. Marshall, I'm going into next season with that plan in mind,
Mhm.
and that's with the numbers we've got. Because if you think about it, it's going to be you go like the front five will be Cucurella left wing. It will be Stearns, Palmer as the 10s, Neto on the right, and Pedro up top.
Yeah.
If you get Yildiz instead of Simmons, that's fine. You can't Leao as well. Numbers wise, that doesn't work unless you're not playing Esteval or you're not playing João Pedro, which would be stupid considering the CWC he's just come off.
I mean, you also can, like, that's the thing I like. There's a lot of flexibility to it. You also can potentially deploy João Pedro in that left wing or in that left 10 position, and you have Delap as a 10.
But then, like, you can, but he would be like third choice in this position because you'd either go.
But I feel like I just literally said what you were saying, which is like, where's the room? Because you have João, but that can also do the 10.
Yeah.
Xavi can do the 10. Esteval can do the 10. So it's like,
yeah, it just doesn't.
We need to ask the
It
question.
doesn't
Why
make sense. Even though they're both good players, you don't need both of them. Like we need.
I mean, to
in
be
that
fair,
attack,
even
right,
Gittins can do the 10. I've seen Gittins do the left 10. Like, that's
Can I
what he
ask the
played
question,
against
though?
Fluminense.
Listen, why are we bring? For me, my honest problem is here. Let's say Simmons is your last player, right? You bring him in, you swap people like Kunku, right? Why is then my only problem then is with Garnacho? Why who are you making space for him to come in for then?
You're not. That's
You're
the
not.
point. That's why I think the Garnacho thing makes no sense from any way, shape, or form.
Unless it's just,
Even from a flip point of view, because for you to flip it, well, not necessarily for you don't need to. I actually disagree with what I was about to say. I was about to say you need him to play. Evidently, with Felix, you don't. But even so, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like the pieces don't fit because Gittins is going to play over Garnacho. So Garnacho is going to be third choice left winger. Why? For what reason? Just play George there. He's better than him anyway.
Go out alone. It looks like George.
I'd rather keep George over Garnacho. He's better than him anyway.
Yeah.
João Pedro on left wing is better than him. Neto on left wing is better than him.
The problem is, I know you're right, but the problem is that George is not going to get enough minutes if he stays at
George is
Chelsea.
going, man. George is going, guys. Let's just skip these.
George has-
No. I hear you, Marshall. I hear you. Whoever that third left winger is going to get no minutes because they're the third choice left winger. So
I think
spending 30 million on a guy who's going to play all of 20 minutes probably.
That's why I feel like a loan is the option, and a loan is the possibility.
Even a loan makes no sense. Like you're doing the loan for the sake of doing the loan.
Because if you want to look at it this way, and this is the argument that I've heard for it, is that you can look at it as Gittins and Garnacho left wing, Pedro Delap striker, Palmer Simmons attack, and then Neto Esteval right wing. Even though I don't like, I mean, that could potentially be the formation, right? Like we could play with wingers. Sometimes we could play with 2 10s. Sometimes we could play with a single 10 and attacking 8s. I agree with you because even if you want to do the whole left 10 thing, like even Enzo Fernandez falls into that left 10 because that's what he played at the final. He wasn't great, but he played as a left 10 in the final.
Yeah, man. And he was trash. So I don't know what to say to that, man.
I just rather up that thing, Garnacho.
Go back to talking about like being ready to burst or something, or whatever the fuck it was you said, bro. That was wild,
Jeez
bro.
Louise, man. Jeez
That's you
Louise.
said
Get
that,
a
bro.
grip.
And people can-
Get a grip, Scott,
said
mate.
that.
Get a grip, mate. Get a grip, mate.
Weird dude, bro.
Oh shit. Okay, so there's one staff member really pinning their card to a potential Garnacho deal, and I suspect if it went wrong with the growing influence of someone else, they may well find themselves out of the project next year. If this is true, then
The catch 22.
sacked if he fucking fails this Garnacho signing.
This
Hilarious.
no, the way I read this is for him to get sacked, it would have to be we sign Garnacho and he flops.
Okay, let me read up. All right, 2 scenarios. Okay, I've seen this guy before. So I think there's some reliability to him, but let me read this all. Two scenarios in the remainder of the Chelsea window, both independent and other business. Excuse me. Just curious to see what people would prefer. In both cases, assume Hato signs. Jackson stays, no Garnacho, but also no Simmons. Jackson leaves, but Garnacho and Simmons both sign.
Option one.
I'd rather option one. Wow. Okay. People really have such a crazy agenda to get Jackson. It's so ridiculous, bro.
Can I just be honest with Jackson, man? Listen,
Let me just finish reading this. And no, you can't create an option C. Okay, that's whatever. My view on Garnacho is conflicted. One hand, there have been clear issues with attitude. On the other hand, Manchester United tax. Also, his brother is a moron, but hopefully Enzo Fernandez takes him aside and points out that don't let family members ruin your career. If Garnacho does join, he'll already have a battle to persuade fans. Sancho at least had the prior interest and being a proper Chelsea fan to back his corner. Plus, if team news starts leaking again, he will be
wait.
That is very true, actually. Even if it isn't.
I've not had any team leaks this year, you know. I forgot about that, you know.
That is very true. And I remember when United had issues, a lot of it was blamed on Garnacho.
Because he's always had attitude problems. Someone mentioned it earlier. He's got the attitude of Ronaldo and the ability of Stuart Downing.
Respect Stuart Downing, please. Respect Stuart Downing.
Oh, sorry. He's got the ability of Ali Dyer.
Yeah, Ali Dyer is much better. Yeah, Stuart Downing was actually a very good thing.
We'll end on this because we're almost at 3.
No, that's a big yeah, man. Don't worry, man. I made my contract in hours. Thank you. But you know, what I will say, you know, is that listen. I think the Jackson point of him leaving. Listen, man, Jackson Nation, man. You know, he's got himself a hater. Like half the fan base basically hates him now, bro. It's kind of crazy.
Because of the red cards. That's why.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I know football is an emotional sport. But can we stop?
I'll be honest, like,
about his whole career at Chelsea.
I mean, even if I remove emotion out of it, bro, you got Dilap and João Pedro who are going to require quite a lot of minutes, bro, in that 9 role. Like, where did
there are literally motherfuckers out here that would prefer to have Garnacho and Simmons if it means Jackson leaves.
But yeah, but I think it makes sense if you bring in Simmons, you let Jackson go. Simmons basically does what Jackson does, bro. In terms of like, he can hold the ball up.
But it means having Garnacho.
To be fair, I do think. I'm not saying it makes sense, like fully, because I don't really know how many strikers you need. Like, I kind of maintain you only probably need 2, and then the third one's a backup, like, or not backup, like a youth player or.
We got rid of Guiu, so he's not an option anymore.
No, but the problem, like, is Ahmed, like, Shim just ain't ready for minutes. And I'm not saying the third choice striker is definitely going to get minutes, but there's always that chance. But like with Guiu going, I can see Jackson staying at least till January.
I don't mind that.
And being that third choice striker, like I don't think he's going to be happy with that. And like at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I could see that happening because, to be fair, even if he leaves, we don't necessarily need another striker. We've got the 2, and yeah, we could just use Shim or have someone else, but yeah, like I think we only need one more player, and that's even like you could lose a player or 2 and we still need one more player because we potentially even got like 1 too many in the attack. Yeah, that one player should be someone who can play the number 10, like as a left 10 and a left winger, both. Simmons fits that. Yildiz fits that. Garnacho doesn't.
Jackson fits that to an extent.
Jackson doesn't. Not in this system.
Oh
no, he doesn't. Yeah. Not in this system. He's never played left wing in this system. Never, at least for Chelsea, he's never played as a out and out touchline winger. And I've not seen him play as a 10. Like until I see him play there, he can't play there. Ekatike couldn't really do that role. He was going to be more of the striker. I'm trying to think who else we've been linked with. I think that's it. Rodgers would fit that role. Sesko wouldn't fit that role. He'd be the out-and-out striker. So yeah, like that's what we need. There's only 3 players I've mentioned there that fit, and they're all 3 players that we should look at getting. And I'm happy with all 3 players. The other 2, one we already have, he can't fit there. The other one we should not buy. Do not touch with a barge pole. Hopefully they just continue to ask for 50 million, and we say fuck off.
The issue I have with people who just outright with Jackson, it's like people are holding on to this idea that Jackson is a liability, which I understand. based on what he did last season, if he was our only striker option, then yes, he is a liability. The fact that he is third on the pecking pole right now with Delap and João Pedro ahead of him, you can't use that same argument anymore because now he's not a liability. He's third choice. He's not going to play as many games. And if he does play more games, I would hope it's because he's earned his spot and he's improved and he's looked good. And if he's on form, then perfect. Because I don't also expect João Pedro and Delap to be great the whole season. I think they're good signings, but I've seen João Pedro play for Brighton. I've seen bad games from him too. Like I understand that he's not going to be this lightning in a bottle that we've seen in Club World Cup the whole time. So this idea that, oh, we can't have Jackson in the team. He has to go. We have to sell him. He's a liability. He's not a liability anymore because now he's third choice. So when you're not playing him as much, you're not exposing him to the amount of games that could cost us matches as a result of not having enough men on the team. I just think it's a very short-sighted way of looking at Jackson's time at Chelsea. Like, I understand he's not good enough for Chelsea in terms of what we're looking for. I understand that completely. I don't think he's shit like a lot of people are trying to pinpoint him out to be, and I don't think he's even a liability anymore because of as a result of being third choice. I think there's a good player in there that we could make use of if he goes for the amount that they're touting. Perfect. I think that's fine. I'm okay with that. Where it's perfect, great money. We doubled the amount that we even got him for, which is perfect profit for the club. But if he stays, it's not a bad option off the bench.
Alternatively, I think there's a valid take to be had here where this is probably the max value they can get out of Jackson right now.
That's a good point.
Do you think right? So for me, fundamentally, if this is the max amount of money you can probably get from him, I think now is the time to sell.
It's not. That's what I mean. Like I'm either or because I
would also
argue.
Before I let you go, Marshall, you've got a João Pedro and Delap. You've got other guys that can also play the 9, right? As well. Yeah. So it's like, is he necessarily needed now?
As a third option, I'm not opposed to it. Because
the problem is, if as a third option, I can still get other people to play that position. If I bring in Xavi Simons, he can play a false 9 role. Cole Palmer has shown me he can play that false 9 role, right? If we need him to play that, right? With the Pedro Neto has played the 9 for us, and he's played it quite, and he's had he's had relatively positive moments in there too.
My argument, I don't disagree with you, Ahmed. My argument was just the fact that I think a lot of this fan base still see Jackson as a liability when the circumstances around him being a liability have changed completely.
The thing is, though, what do you mean by that? Do you mean because he's the only 9? This is a liability? Mm-hmm. Is that what you mean? Mm-hmm. So, but I think that is fair, right? But I think the problem is, let's say he does start and he still continues to be that level of liability. What are you trying to say then?
I just don't see how it's even possible or feasible when you have 2 strikers ahead of you and your exposure, because the liability thing is his attitude problem, his demeanor to get himself sent off now twice in his career. And you could even say a third time if you really want to be cheeky with the accumulation of yellow cards, getting himself suspended, right? That didn't cost us as much as the direct reds that he got last season. Because you're not playing as many games, you're not exposing yourself to that being a possibility as often, which greatly reduces the risk of you costing us a game when we need you to play. And I also don't think the player is stupid enough to continue to do the same mistakes over and over and over again. Like, people want to compare him to Balotelli. Balotelli made a career off of the fact that he was a fantastic football player with a crazy attitude problem that was just an issue for him his whole entire career, which is why Balotelli was never as good as he could have been. I don't think Jackson is that kind of a player. I genuinely think Jackson...
Carry on.
I genuinely think Garnacho, not Garnacho. Wow, you putting names in my mouth here.
I've never seen him compared to Balotelli
Jackson.
But
no, there's people saying that he's just a less quality version of Balotelli.
I think part of the problem with him is just that, again, he whenever things don't go his way, he does this thing where he starts getting yellow cards, he starts dropping, and he starts doing this sort of thing, Marshall.
Yeah, he gets
Right?
frustrated.
And if that's been a habit for the last 2 seasons, yeah, it's very hard to get out of that sort of habit, bro. That's one thing I think we need to be honest about, bro. That's always gonna be.
I want to see, because the other thing too is like, and this is what I also don't like about the fan base sometimes, is people like I want to say, for example, I want to see how Jackson now reacts to competition, right? And we'll talk about this more in the next show. But I want to see, excuse me, I want to see how Jackson reacts to competition now. And people say, well, we saw how that we saw what happened against Fluminense. It's like, bro, that's one game. That's one game, and he came on for 20 minutes. And even in that game, he didn't look horrible. He missed a clear-cut opportunity, which is always going to be glaring when it comes to strikers. Like, whenever they miss any clear-cut chances, people remember that more than the good stuff. Like, we saw it with Timo. People remember all the horrible misses with Timo, rightfully so, versus everything else that Timo did to help. Like, there's a reason he got 15 assists in that one season. So for me, it's like, let's see how he actually does with competition. Or if we sell him, which I agree with you, like, this is maybe like likely the highest we're ever going to sell him for, and it's good money, by the way. We're doubling, and sometimes maybe even a little more than doubling the amount we're getting for him. I'd take it. I'd take either or, but I'm not going to hold on to this idea that, oh, he's a liability, oh, he needs to go. Like, no. With 2 other strikers now in front of him, he can go, he can stay. If he stays, I want to see how he does against competition. There's a good player there. None of us, I think all of us can agree, there is a good player there. He's got some attitude issues that he needs to, fix up. Maybe he does fix up on it. He's not necessarily earned that Balotelli title for me, where Balotelli literally made a career out of that. Let's see. It's 2 mistakes. We'll see what happens. He is a liability if he's a lone striker, but he's not the lone striker now. So it's a different argument now. Final thoughts, guys?
There's nothing much to say at this point. There's nothing much to say. I look forward to seeing Garnacho at the football club. I look forward to seeing Xavi Simons at the football club. I look forward to see a lot of people at the football club. You know what, man? If you get a Garnacho, we go at like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. I'm going to be inviting Scott on my show. Scott, please,
I will not be there, by the
way. I hope you will kindly be there. Ara Simmons also invited. I know he's watching right now. Listen, when Garnacho Here We Go comes, listen, we'll be there no matter what.
Hopefully, if it does happen, I am away on vacation and I can deal with it once I am okay. But all right, ladies and gents, we're going to wrap it up on that one. Big up to every single one of you. Thank you for joining in on today's stream, and thank you for all the likes. We're only 8 away from 100 likes, so if you haven't already smashed up the like button, help us out by smashing up the like button. We gave you an extra 40 minutes because there was a lot to talk about, obviously, and we had some good discussions in there. So big up to every single one of you. Big up to the panel for holding out as long as we did today. Also, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 5K subscribers. We're not at 4K yet, but we're very close. So if we can get another 500 subscribers soon, we'll get to 4K, and then eventually we'll get to 5K. And there's a big surprise for the channel and a big announcement once we hit or we get close to that 5K mark. So definitely, if you want to see what that surprise is, subscribe to the channel, help us out in growing the channel as well. And if you are a proper casual and higher tier member, we always give shout outs at those members at the end of the show. And that shout out is going to go out to, I just had it and I missed it. God damn it. All right. Those shout out, big up Ahmed. That shout out is going to go out to Daniel, EE, Dark, Adrian, and A. Solomon. Big up to you guys for supporting at the tier you support at. And big up to everyone else who is a member and helps out the channel every month. Tomorrow is a big stream. Tomorrow is a receipt stream, people. Yes, tomorrow, Friday, 10 p.m. UK time, I will be doing my receipt stream that has been long awaited for. And I didn't expect it to be potentially a 3-hour stream, but I think it might actually be a 3-hour stream because there are so many receipts that I have to talk about. And I didn't know how many that I had gathered up in the last season. But a lot of people had a really stupid agendas, and a lot of people are going to get called out tomorrow. So, yeah, check it out. Tomorrow, 10 UK time. I'll be working on that after the show. And then Saturday, the return of the Casually Chelsea Award Show. So yeah, big up to every single one of you. A lot of content coming up. I think we got content for the next 4 days straight. So hit the bell notification so you're notified whenever we do go live, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the content. And then yeah, we'll be back again very soon for some calling out some frauds. We're gonna raid out to Sarcasm City, copy and paste the raid message, let them know where you're coming from. But until then, guys, until next time, as always, stay casual. Peace.